All right. So, last time, you guys basically met up after heading towards Cassandra Volt's manor, meeting up with Dennisina War and entering into her manor. After doing so, you guys fought through a couple of caverns within her basement. After Perrin met back up with the group, you guys then kept going, finding life. Your new ally found within a cage within the basement after defeating the earth elementals. After going through, have now made your way into the main room after essentially the main exit from the basement has been sealed shut with this large glyph on it. And then the main door leading to Cassandra's main basic chamber has melted through while you guys were standing there kind of talking, figuring out what you wanted to do. And now before you, there's heat that is just emanating. And this. You guys now are in front as Cassandra Volt, right after Fuck This, just went up, grabbed the gem, and essentially made his way all the way up, and right before her, slammed down this gem. She then, looking down at him, grinning, with no effect, takes the gem from the ground, and you see it just like lift back into her hand. You see the braziers and the ground where you see this large, almost like ritual sign emitting intense heat. You notice around you, everybody give me a perception check. As you see this thick smog now with the light that starts to burn, it starts emanating throughout the walls. What'd you get?
20.
Ooh, not 20. 7.
Me 3.
Okay, so you, Gildor, Orem, you both see this thick smog coming from the walls. Near the back, you see it almost as like, I'd say in almost like a circular motion, just this very thick smog. You can now kind of realize as you walked maybe into the basement, you maybe noticed it as some of the doors were opening very faintly. You thought maybe it was just darkness, but now seeing this emanating almost like a small, like, I'd say like a smoke almost, you see it just barely seeping through some of the cobble. You aren't quite sure what it is, but you notice this. Gildor, give me an Arcana check since you nat 20'd it.
So there's just a smog at the back.
25.
From what in this room, yeah. So basically, lining back in here, it kind of looks almost like it might, be like curling possibly at some of the edges. Black,
Okay.
Very dark black. 25.
Yep.
This is definitely some sort of spell. Now that you're looking at it, something's been cast here a long time ago, possibly, or is almost like in a constant state. This smog is not natural. Now, as you guys are looking around, you notice that from this, you see this smoke. As the edges of the room start almost embering out, she turns and she looks. With now the gem in her hand, she turns. She looks down at the ground. In a quick movement with her hand and a motion with her lips, you don't hear anything, and then in a moment, aid me, my love. I need you now. And you see the flames emit this great heat, almost ripping the oxygen from the room. I need everybody to roll me an initiative.
2. Oof. 4. We got a 6.
I got 18.
Damn.
Okay, now, anybody over 20?
No.
18 is the highest.
Well, who got the 18?
Me.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she has me under her spell right now too.
Fuck. You get to make a save.
Yep.
Let's see if you.
Okay. Here, would you get Gildor?
You got 13, Brian?
13.
All right, here we go. All right, so as you see Cassandra now before you, all of you, except for you, Life.
Did you
You're-
prefer this guy?
Oh, Dennison, you're right. Ooh, you got a 14. So.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Wow. Now, you guys all look, and as you guys are here, you now feel this thick heat burning into your forearm as you see the name Cassandra Volt light up on your arm in a bright orangish, yellowish hue. The curse, once that was given you by Cryptic, seems to now be responding to you being here within Cassandra. It burns. You notice that Gildor, you and Orem, you don't feel necessarily the burn, but you notice it almost like spreads. You almost like cracking part of your metal form a little bit. Your bone, almost like cracking itself. You see it very much so seared in there. Now, at this point, she turns the ground beneath her. She moves her hands as she swirls around, and the fire grows up to about waist high, about 4 feet in height. You notice she grabs her hands with fire in each. She turns, and she's going to throw. Since Jake's right here.
She's gonna throw Jake.
Nope, she's not gonna throw him.
She has the force.
I mean, he's wearing heavy armor. He would be a good projectile.
That's true.
That is true. All right, she's gonna turn back, and you see the fire from her right hand turn, and as she wields it back in a quick motion, it turns into this long fire whip. It turns, and in a moment, down back into a sword as she slices down into him. She's going to attack twice.
Getting
Ooh.
attacked by the person who charmed you usually breaks the charm.
He's not charmed.
Jake's not.
Yeah, Jake's not charmed. Oh, Jake's not charmed. He was the one that succeeded not being charmed.
All right, so 1 will hit. He's going
It
to
hits
take.
everybody.
Hit me, bitch!
All right, so he slams down. You see this bright blade just sear right into his armor from shoulder down to his chest. You see him now on his knees after crushing down into this crystal. He goes to get up and draw his sword. She is going to then. I need everybody to give me. Actually, who's right here? You. Oh, you're charmed. She's gonna hold. And that's the end. All right, John. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Would it be a wisdom?
No, it's for the heat in the room.
8.
Okay, so you feel the oxygen as it rips from your lungs. Your movement is halved.
Okay.
Your next attack is going to be a disadvantage as you feel your vision almost from the heat exhaustion. You see waves, from the heat just waving off of the floor. As you look, you notice that she still has control.
Right.
I need you to turn, and I need you to make an attack on Orem. This is with your melee.
So I'm still at disadvantage, even though.
Mhm.
Okay. 12 plus 7.
19.
7, 19 should hit you.
All right, damage. Just roll your normal turn against him like you would normally do.
Yeah. 6 damage. 6 piercing damage.
All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's.
All right, and then he is going to move here. Okay. End of yours. All right, Jake. He's going to stand right here. He's going to go into her twice. Oh my god, nat 1 and 3. Those are both going to miss as he swings in, and doing so, that is rough. He's gonna move here. All right, Denistine. He's now, as he turns, he's gonna start moving up. He looks right at you, Gildor. As you see him grab his staff. Can I act?
Fuck him up, dog.
He looks and he wields it back over his shoulder, and he just takes off further in. That is the end of what he's going to do. As he prepares a spell, he's going to prepare on if she moves towards you guys. Orm, onto you. Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving
That's
throw.
good. For the wisdom save,
Mhm.
it's 16 plus 8, so 22, 24, 24.
Your wisdom?
Yeah.
You're good. So in a moment, you feel your body You shake free. You see now the heat emitting around you. You have control.
Neat. All right. So this is for the con save.
Yep. This is for disadvantage and stuff from the heat.
9 plus 2.
No, so you fail. So you as well, disadvantaged, half movement. You start feeling the oxygen and everything around you. Well, you not so much the oxygen, but more or less the weight of the heat around you.
That's fine. I should be.
Bear
Clogging
down.
up my gears.
That's right.
All right. No, this lady's made out of fire. Or she's fiery, so I don't know if I want to cast fire spells on
I don't
her.
think that'll work.
And unfortunately, 6 out of 9 spells are fire spells.
No!
A lot of fire spells going on with Orem. I'm gonna fucking bonus action turn into a direwolf.
Okay.
You're gonna be our best bet when it comes to not fire, Wade.
Yeah.
I'm all
I
ice
don't even
cream.
have that fucking.
I have a
bottle.
cantrip for every element, though.
Hey, just grab a direwolf from up there.
I need either a direwolf or one of Jake's or Joey's dog at one point.
I see to somehow.
Do you want Joey's dog if it's since it's smaller?
Yeah, there's
That's
a lot
probably
of
better.
small room.
Yeah.
Hey, is there a feat that gives warlock spells?
We could. What? Do your turn.
Yes.
That's all I need.
I mean, this will give me 50 movement, which half would be 25, which is enough to get to that square. So I'm gonna boop 25. Nice. And then I'm going to make 2 attacks. I have disadvantage on the first, but Pack Tactics gives me advantage, so it cancels out. So this is a straight roll for the first. Which is a 12 plus 6, 18 to hit.
16.
18 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. And then this is the second one at advantage.
Okay.
That is a... Oh, it's an advantage. Hold on. Ooh, 14 plus 6, so 20. So both will hit.
Now, as you come up, she sees you. You see these almost draconic-like eyes, this split, pierced end tongue. She rears back in a moment. As you hit her, she takes the brunt of it. Roll for your damage.
So that is 8 plus 3 is 11 piercing damage. And then she needs to make a DC 13 strength save to be knocked prone.
She says,
All right. Well, the second one hit, so then she takes another max damage.
Yeah!
Fucking 15 piercing damage.
okay.
And then I another DC 13 strength save. Let me double check because that's not one per turn.
I think it is. Oh, I'm not 17, so.
Alright, I'll double check.
All right. Okay, now, as you run up, you slam into her. You notice that for a moment, as you attack, her form, she goes back. She goes to make an attack. As she does so, you notice that there's something in her eyes for a quick moment that changes. She peers at you, and as she does, you see her the almost draconic look in her eyes subside for just a moment. The hate from her for just a brief moment. She looks at you. Her hand for a moment stops, and you see the sword just dissipate. What? Her hand falls down. Turns. What? She turns and she sees what is, and then it comes right back. It takes back, and you see this huge flame emit once more, and she strikes into you twice. 21. Okay. One will hit. You are going to take 22 points of fire damage.
Fuck.
As it slams down into you. Is that the end of your turn?
That was both of them combined, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
that was
okay.
one.
That was one.
Oh, fuck!
Gildor.
15.
I'm going to cast Ray of Sickness.
Okay.
That's
Save.
a spell attack. And I just have to hit
Gonna miss.
13.
You notice it just waves
I'm
on by.
just gonna move around this corner here.
You bastard!
Okay.
Rough.
I'm gonna hide.
Yeah.
Now.
Fuck you guys!
He's a little squishy.
This is for not saving me
Life
that
onto you.
swear when I was running
I'm
naked.
trying to roll.
Yes, I need a con. Oh, actually, I need a con save and a con save and a wisdom save.
I don't breathe or have.
Yeah, it's.
Being resistant to fire does not do anything.
Yeah, you'll take half damage.
22 for the con save.
Yeah, you're good.
1 for the wisdom.
Oh, you are still
I'm
charmed.
still charmed.
Yes, and now for the.
Okay.
Constitution.
Which is actually not bad.
18.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm
So you are not a disadvantage.
Oh shit, no, that is bad.
So
I'm charmed to not
you will turn, and now seeing this dire wolf in front of you, bearing down with the heat blazing, you have advantage flanking. You have a +2 at attack.
This is an advantage now?
Or excuse me, I meant +2.
I was like,
And as you see now,
Oh, wait, this is some double
I need you
standard
to
type
just
shit.
give me a normal attack roll into Orm.
So is that to hit +2 actually to hit or the damage?
To hit. Plus your proficient. No. 14?
14.
Okay. You're then going
I also
to.
have a bonus action.
What can you do with your bonus action?
Spiritual weapon.
Let's use that spiritual weapon. We're gonna summon that spiritual weapon right back
I
here.
love it. I was actually looking at like spells. I'm like,
Is spiritual weapon like one of the best spells in the game?
Yeah.
for clerics, yeah, it's pretty good.
So does these
Does it
things.
not have concentration?
Yeah.
Just
It-
power?
It is.
So this D6 is now back here, and you see Denistine as this spiritual weapon of a large flame sword emits down right behind Denistine, right next to you. You now see it right next to you. Anything
It
else?
gets to an attack.
Yeah,
It gets
no, I
to
got
attack.
It does. As part of the
So-
section.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go into Gildor. And what do you plus? You roll. You roll into this. This is all you.
Plus his wisdom and his proficiency, right?
Or it's
13.
spell attack.
That misses.
Okay, so
Nice.
you just see this when it
You
crosses
said
by.
13, right? I'm not.
Nothing
Yes,
happens.
yes.
All right, now
I'm at 14.
Cassandra's turn. At the top, she will then turn. Her hands pulsate once more. You see the sigil now glowing. This ritual, whatever, on the ground starts to emit even brighter flame. You see as the heat builds up, she starts grinning even brighter. Do you know why they called him the Fire Lord? Why I have sacrificed so much to make it to where I have. I've lost everything in hope to gain something. And with this, she's going to cast out a large mind fire that is going to blare into Perrin. Yeah, this is going to hit Denistine and
behind.
Orem. So I need.
I'd be pissed.
Let's see, I can do this
I mean,
twice.
fireball specifically does say it goes around a quarter.
All right, so
Fuck,
I
really?
need.
Yeah, this looks like this looks
I
like
need
a-
all. I need you. Or no. I need you and Perrin and Denistine.
Interesting, she's
He
trying to-
fails.
She's getting rid of the
All three of you are going to need to make intelligence saving throws. I need this to pass a 16.
Your boy!
You're good. So you see and you feel this heat purge into your mind. You're able to just bear and break it off. You, though, you feel it as well as Denistine. You see it and just wave through this fire as it twists right into your brain. You then fall prone and are knocked and you're stunned.
You're not
So-
starved anymore, though.
You are not. Now, as that happens, you also take.
There it is, yep.
86 damage.
No.
900?
Wow, that rolled really good though.
Oh,
you take
fuck.
you take 15 psychic damage,
That's not bad.
and you're stunned until the start of the next turn. And Denistine takes the same, and he's stunned. And you guys are both prone. All right.
It's not
So
great, but that was
as
last
the end, Perrin, your turn. You are stunned, which means you are basically incapacitated. You can't move and can't speak. You automatically fail your strength and saving throws, and any attack rolls against you have advantage. So, yeah,
Again, this turn.
there we go.
Yeah,
Basically
Just
said,
letting you
"You're
know
a
what's
fuck-"
up.
He basically was like, you're a fucking vegetable, deal with it.
It's he's stunned until the end of her turn?
Yes,
At the beginning of her turn.
right. Well, the beginning.
Okay.
Let me just double check. Start of her turn.
Okay.
Spiritual get attacks of opportunity?
No.
Okay,
The
take a lot.
Trying to get the fuck out of here, man.
fuck this is going to slam into her as he's seeing now the crystal no longer. You now see his strength starting to deplete. you see him get a little bit visibly smaller, and the veins and the muscle coursing through him as it rescends. He then still strikes out at her. Ooh, both are gonna hit.
I'm sorry to say this. Did you roll that at disadvantage?
Oh no, you're right. He's exhausted.
Son of a bitch, wait.
Ooh, neither one are gonna hit.
I thought he's only at 2 points. I thought attack rolls at disadvantage was 3 points.
You might. Well, look.
Well, I
Wait,
only,
is that?
Look.
I only had 1 point. I had to roll disadvantage.
Saving checks.
Again,
Ability.
for
Yeah.
saves, I think, or some shit like that. But
Hey, let me see if he has a mark. Does he have 2 or 3?
he should only have 2, unless the third one popped up.
He does have 2 points.
No.
No, that's alright. I think he's only got 2. It's okay. We're just gonna say they hit. I'm not gonna worry about it. It's not the end of the world. Alright, he rolls 2d. Okay.
Yeah, it's three levels, which give disadvantage on attacks.
Okay, we're good then.
One is for ability checks.
He does 24 points of damage. Alright, and then he is just going to swing back once more. And he's gonna look on a con save.
Move before you attack.
Should have.
But he remembered he's not very
passes.
smart.
He turns. What is this heat? As you hear him just yell. Alright, now. Denistine can't do anything. And con save. Fail. Did you make a con save?
No, let me
Yeah, make that. Nope, failed. Alright, so now since you are already failed, you and I are going to take the second tier and you gain another point of exhaustion. As you now, this heat bearing down on you, you feel, and after failing once, you now feel it build up, and now your vision is becoming hazy. Or, on you.
I'm gonna fucking make.
Be con save first.
So does pack?
Yes, con save.
Okay, yeah, I know. Hold on. What do pack tactics and flanking stack? Get advantage
Plus
and
2.
Plus
Yep,
2.
yep. That's why I like that better than disadvantage.
Yeah,
'cause it's,
yeah.
A lot of things give that.
Cool. 13 plus 2, I think.
That'll hit.
No, that's the con save.
Oh, sorry. No, that'll fail.
Fuck.
Fuck.
So I have disadvantage, but pack tactics cancels that out.
Yep, so you're good.
Then I'm going to first one straight plus fuck, that's cool. 11 plus 6 plus 2
Yep.
will hit, and then I'm going to make the second one an advantage. 6 plus 6 plus 2 is 14, I believe. No, it's an advantage. It's an advantage. I didn't roll it the second time. Oh, that's better. 10 plus 6 plus 2 is 18 total to hit for the second one.
That'll hit.
So both of them hit?
Yep.
Cool. 7 piercing damage for the first one, and that DC 13 strength save.
What is it? 13?
Yeah.
Oh, now I won it.
Nice. She's prone. So that's
Okay.
cool.
So you see her, she falls, she lets up, ah! And as this happens, you see once again her eyes, they falter. And as she's falling, you see her, oh! She yells out your name, "Huh! Huh!" And then it comes back. And then once more, once she comes, you see her slam onto the ground. What's the damage?
Max damage again, so
Oh,
15.
jeez.
Yeah, baby.
Another 15
That's all
piercing
I'm
damage.
fucking talking about, Brian.
Alright, you guys are kind of laying into her a little bit.
Yeah.
Alright.
the two frontliners
Door.
got real close real quick.
Fucking genius.
On you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, I do one thing, okay. Bite people. That's all
I'm
good
gonna
for.
hit her with the chill touch. That's it. 19.
I'll hit.
I go through the wall.
I mean, you would sit
I
down.
would step out.
Oh,
And
okay.
then, yeah, you,
Then I did my move.
Okay. You're just bopping.
yeah. Pretty much.
What is this spell? Is it just
I did
a
bucket
straight
2
projectile?
damage.
Hey, what's
Yeah,
the spell?
It's a skeletal hand that's like.
Okay, well she's prone. So you can't target her with ranged spells.
Yeah, I
You can
can.
target it would be a disadvantage.
It'd be a disadvantage.
If you
Dude,
wanted to
he's
say-
a large direwolf right in front of her. You
the
cannot
co-
see him from
the
here.
cover would impose. She would have
Yeah,
total
she'd
cover.
have. She'd have.
Right,
she
you
has total
can't.
cover.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a large creature standing right in front of her. She's laying down. You
And-
can't see her.
If I were you, go for that weapon, man.
I don't think you can attack
Can you
spiritual
not
weapon.
attack that?
Nope.
Now,
It is there for a minute.
Yeah, you can't break his concentration either.
It's not concentration. It's there for a minute.
Yeah, you're
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
You're gonna have to at least.
you can't-
You're gonna have to at least get
concentration.
like up in here, to be able to do anything.
Okay, well, instead of that, I guess. I'm
Did you do a con save?
Here.
See what your movement and everything
You
is.
can do wither and
You're gonna fail, so your movement's halved, and you have disadvantage. You can go here. You can make it there, and you can dash.
I want to be able to do something. Oh, not like a piece type.
Right.
If I'm carrying this one, I'm gonna use my spring step on this guy
Okay.
to teleport him 30 feet up to here.
Okay.
And then,
You just
and then I'm gonna step back behind the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't
And
go
if
behind
that's
the wall.
not if that's
You can
not
go
enough
here.
movement,
You
I
go
use
there.
my action to dash.
That was his bonus action to.
But that's a bonus action. That was my
Okay.
phase step.
Okay. Okay. So your action was dashing, and
Yeah.
then you're going back. Okay. So you don't want to go anymore. You
Yeah,
don't
that's
wanna
it.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Okay. All right. So your turn. At this point, attacks onto spiritual weapon onto him, and then slam in at advantage onto him. But first, make a con save.
Aurum or Baron?
He's gonna go into.
Let's save.
Yes, first. Okay. You failed your first one? Can't remember.
The very first one was a nat 20. The second one,
You
I
failed.
and then
So this is the second one. So you're at disadvantage, half movement, and you take a point of exhaustion. So at this point, you have disadvantage to your saving throws, and now I need you to slam into Perrin and into Gildor. I don't care which one.
So that is the mace.
Okay, so you slam. This is into you. So it's a damage or the hit.
Wow.
So that whiffs, right? You.
Yeah.
So you and it's at advantage. It's prone.
Oh yeah.
No, he's failed once, correct?
Oh, disadvantage cancels out. You're right. Good. No, you're good. All right. So then the spiritual weapon, and then you are going to move back right behind here. Actually, no. We'll keep you.
It should be. You should be. How much wisdom do you have? Yes.
Yeah, plus 4.
So you're like what +7 to this attack?
D20 plus 7.
14 to hit.
Against
It hits me.
All right.
8.
All right. Now, top of the round. You'll roll your damage. So he's using to just this fire. Spiritual weapon just
7.
lashes and slashes for 7. All right. Now, at
Wait,
the
what
top,
kind of damage is it?
fire.
Okay.
It was force damage.
Oh,
First
true.
weapon.
It's his weapon. You
Yeah,
can
I was hoping it wasn't
fire.
like radiant or some shit.
That's how you
That
got
would have been funny.
Damage.
Now, as you turn, everybody feels the heat once more. As it picks up, you see her on the ground, knocked prone as she starts to push herself up. She stands right before you. And then next to her, you see her as she spits out some blood. She takes the flames once more in her hands. She slams them into the ground. Come, my love. Oh, have I missed you? Be with me once more. You see this flame start emerging from the ground where this. And you see this large fire minotaur.
Oh no, she's that kind of fast.
It comes emerging up out of the ground as you see it smoldering with these huge horns emitting fire all around it. Come, honey. I call upon you. I need you one more time. As this happens, Aurum, you see it turn as it puts down its head and it moves down, and as you see fire as it just breathes out its nostrils. I need a strength save. As it puts down its head and it and it slams its head right into you. Oh shit.
Fuck no.
Oh
no.
Shit.
3 plus
Oh
something.
my. This is gonna be nuts. Oh god. Okay, so I handle roll damage for the initial hit because it's
6 total.
19 was to hit.
Yeah, that.
Okay, so hang on, let me do the base damage real quick, and then I'm gonna. I'm getting excited. Oh man.
Parent.
All right, so you're gonna take 10.
Going on like last month, so fuck it, why not, right?
14 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you feel your body get lunged back 10 feet, going both into life and into Perrin. You see his body go boom, cascades, boom, slams into both of them, colliding, going, we're just gonna say you're here. Knocking both into him. I need a wisdom saving throw. This is at advantage because you're getting hit here to break this.
No.
At advantage. Oh no, you have disadvantage from exhaustion, so you're good. So you still.
This is a save, so he's good.
It's ability check.
Oh, you are good. Yeah, roll it
Yes.
again then.
It's only a 3 that it's.
No, not 1.
Both.
Damn, dude, you never that dice.
So you all are gonna take an extra 7 points
Okay.
of damage as you feel
Okay.
from the collision of this huge.
How much? 6?
How much? 7?
5.
Yes, 7.
Great.
And now you feel this large dire wolf on top of both of you. As both of you.
That collision, actually, I'm back to being a guy.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, now
You-
the guy.
You don't have to spiritual weapon me anymore.
Concentration check.
No, he just got hit by her. No, she didn't.
Fuck!
Ah!
Unless he
Here,
constitutes
toss me
as a
your
summon.
model. Toss me your model.
First weapon.
Yeah. No.
No, you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, I thought he broke the mind control.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so now we're there.
I
And
feel her no
then she is going to now turn on
Yeah,
fuck
'cause
this,
He did hit you.
and she's going to rear back twice with her flame sword.
Advantage.
Nat 20, and the other one's gonna miss. Gonna get this is good.
Damn, I don't. I
This is gonna
still have
slime right
silvery
here.
barbs. Fuck. Wait, are you a grave player? Can you cancel crits? Oh, damn it! Damn.
And he's also not high enough level. That's like a 6
I
level.
think it's I thought it was just channel divinity.
Yeah,
So you see as he slashes down,
okay.
shoulder to his chest, he takes.
So, that was a-
He's gonna take 22 points of damage, and Jake's got
I have
11
done
points.
Oh shit!
He's got 11 left.
This isn't good.
I was tempted to take silvery barbs instead of shield.
That is the end of his turn. As you see this large minotaur after his horns, you see him from the ground in the flames pull out this huge flaming axe, and he grips onto it, and he just.
Interesting.
All right, Perrin, on to you.
Oh, am I finally able to actually do shit now?
Yeah, you're no longer stunned, and you're able
Con
to.
save in real quick.
Yes, con save.
14. But I imagine that's still not good.
No, you are good.
Oh.
At this point, you will take 1 less. You regain 1 point of exhaustion. You kind of
So I'm just down to
see,
1.
yes, you see the vision kind of, especially being knocked from this, it kind of snaps you too. You kind of get your wits back to you.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck, man? Like, just like this whole bullshit journey.
Yeah.
I'm just like, see the Minotaur, I'm just like, what is that? What did that get here?
It's just,
Fuck, okay, just gonna take a bow. You know what, fuck it, I'm gonna see what happens with this. I'm gonna take one of my dragon arrows,
okay.
because I got 6 of those still.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just loose one at the fucking Minotaur and
All right.
see what happens.
All right.
You get a sharpshoot?
No.
Yodarsh.
I found that honestly to be more, I feel like that's a mistake of taking that fucking thing.
I mean, it's pretty good.
It's a special arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't want to miss this. Did you roll? Did you roll now 1? Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Hang on.
Special arrow.
So as you do so,
Glad I'm nowhere near that
you see,
shit.
I need you to roll damage. As you see, fuck this behind as you noose back.
Fuck, alright, hold
It's
on.
gonna miss, and you're gonna just
God, I'm just using a
weird
normal-
back, and it's gonna go north. I'm gonna roll a dex save to see if he can dodge this.
6.
No, he rolls, he misses. Okay, so you see, fuck this. He takes an extra point. He's down to 5. As you see this arrow go astray, this dragon arrow, it starts to form into something, and then you see it tailing off, some magical form emitting. It doesn't seem to act. I rolled really low, so whatever it was seemed to dud out towards the end. It's probably a good thing.
Especially since he's a fucking dragonborn.
Yeah,
too.
so fuck this.
I still got one more attack.
Oh, sorry,
I
sorry,
still got one more. We're gonna give it another go. Fuck
Okay.
it. This is like, whatever, YOLO. at
That's
this
right.
point. Fucking shit, man. Okay, that's better. 12 plus 7. Fucking thank John.
Yes, that will hit. So this is into the Minotaur. As you slam into it, you see it very easily pierces, and then your arrows start to kind of melt into it, but it
3.
does. Alright, doesn't do quite that much damage. The arrow just kind of melts into this berry.
Wait, how'd you do 3?
No, sorry, not 3. It was fucking, fucking.
Gotta be at least
yeah, plus-
7. Right?
Yeah,
Your
7.
minimum damage is 4.
Yeah.
No,
Pay
it's
attention to your numbers there, man. Alright,
Dennis.
Denistine. He's now
Stand
up, getting up, and he turns. Oh! And he looks up, this halfling just. Oh, that thing!
Watch him in the dick.
He hears that, and he's going. Now he's gonna take his 2 attacks. Actually, I need to go over here. I don't want to hit Jake. Oh yeah, nat 20 and a 19. They're both gonna hit. Oh, this is about to be some fucking
yes!
slamming. This is gonna
Yes!
slam,
Dynasty
dude.
does something!
Yeah, this is gonna slam.
That's not gonna yelled at.
So the first attack is going to do 25 doubled, so that's 50. The second attack is going to do 18, so 68 damage as you see him, as he undoes his staff from his back, wielding it in a quick and then a slight delay, and then an echoing wind just pierces through as this Minotaur takes a substantial amount of damage. You hear as you see the axe kind of falter, and it drops to a knee, and then it starts to get back up, almost like piercing through the lava form in his shoulder. That is the end. He turns back. Ah, good, go fuck yourself. That was great. Or I'm on to you.
Okay. I'm gonna use my action. I'm gonna. Well, am I prone?
Yes,
Well, I'm gonna stand up.
got you.
Yeah, stand up. Where the fuck am I?
You're right here in this corner.
Oh, okay.
Oh, con save. What are you doing for Denistine? Yeah, he made it. Thank God. I don't want to reroll that. No. So you are at your second point.
I believe so.
All right. So now you are also
Of exhaustion.
disadvantage and another point of exhaustion.
That's cool. I'm gonna use my action to cast a spell. I'm gonna cast Hold Person on Cassandra Bolt.
Okay.
She needs to make a DC 16 Wisdom save. I think it's a Wisdom save.
I don't think I'm gonna pass it. Natural 9. Wisdom, you said? No,
yeah.
I think I fail.
If she has a legendary action, this would be one this.
That's what I'm looking real quick. No, I was already looking. Yeah, I'm gonna fail. I'm pretty sure it fails, so I'm gonna use it. And as this happens, you see her once more as the spell. She kind of just boom, kind of glances this off with her hand. She looks at you, and then her eyes once more come back. She looks dead into your eyes, Orm, and she says, "Be ready. And hold this," and then her eyes, and then she fights it off. "No! Listen! There's a great evil. It's coming. It's already and then her body comes back, and you see it, and she, stop that insect. And then you see her form once more as her hand starts smoldering. You see her fingertips blackened, angered by it seems like this other version piercing through the veil. Anything else? I will say. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
That was half my movement, and I fucking failed, so that was already half movement. Oh, so I only have like 5 feet of movement, if that. I'm not a fan of being in this corner.
Wow, she could have.
Nah, I'm gonna hold on to that wild shape for just a fucking turn. So yeah, I don't think I have potions are an action, right?
Yep.
Then I don't have anything I can do.
Okay. At that time, then, Gildor, what are you doing?
I am going to step out again and con save.
Yep.
13.
That will. Do you have one already?
Yeah.
You will pass.
I'm
So
going
you
to-
take one away.
Oh, so I'm back to neutral.
Yeah, you're back to.
I step out from the corner
Okay.
and I'm going to shoot another ray of sickness into Cassandra.
Okay.
14 plus 8, 22.
Did it save?
Yeah, you now need to pass a 16 Constitution save.
Fail.
Okay, she's poisoned to the end of my next turn.
Okay. And at this point,
I
when you
forget
do
exactly
this,
what that does.
I think
She looks at
it's
you.
all tax.
as you do this, you see her shed through part once more.
13 poison.
13.
Necrotic damage. I'm sorry.
Okay, you've done. She's starting to look a little worse for wear here.
She specifically is going to look.
As you, well,
Yeah.
she's starting to anyway from some of the beat, and as you do so, she turns. You notice that as this is starting to wear on her, she kind of drops down. She looks up. Hugo! And as she looks exactly at you, you! Then she almost drops her breath into the heat, but then she fights it back. Find what happened before your accident! You need to understand! And then, once more, the pierced end tongue comes back, her eyes fold over. You now start seeing scales start forming up her forearms as you see fuck this behind. Guys, her arms start shedding more scales up into her forearms and they start becoming visibly red. Anything else?
I move back behind me.
Alright. He's jiggling back there. Alright.
He's a wizard. I'm a wizard. He's a wizard.
No, you're good. You
See,
got knocked.
Gandalf will be like,
You're done.
I can actually act
Con
now.
save. You can act. I just need a con save. Because she's having a hard time
Seven.
keeping control of her spells,
Yeah, I
right?
think for sure it was 7. And con is a fail.
Yeah, so is that your second point? Alright, so you have 2 points of exhaustion. Alright, so you find as you see life just, he kind of comes back to finally able to act. What do you do?
I used half of it to get back up, right?
Going up?
I used half of it to get back up, right?
Yes. So you have 5 points. Because you had 2 points of exhaustion. 5 feet. Right, Brian, second point. Half movement.
I'd have to look.
That would
I'm
put
pretty
him around 7. I don't know if you want to round up or down on that.
I'll say you can move 2. We'll
Speed-
just say 2.
Speed is habit.
Yeah, well, so I'll give you 2. I'll be
With
nice.
that move, I want to get as close as I can
Her?
to her.
Yeah, you can get up in there.
This too.
Yep, you can move your spiritual weapons.
Oh boy, I'm
Quit that get away.
Start beating someone to death with that. Hate me, please.
For sure that I can move 20 feet.
yeah.
So I want to move that as close as I can to either her or the.
You can make it about here. You want to get it here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to take a swing with my mace.
Alright, let it rip.
That advantage because of the
Yes.
heat.
Yep. The heat.
$21 to hit.
That'll hit. And as you do so, you hit, and she goes to rear back, trying to block with some sort of magical shield, but you see it falters. Something is breaking in her conscious, and you see her almost drop her magical shield, and you just see her just take it. And then her form once more take back. What was your damage? 6. Okay. Now, as you see her do this, almost fighting, she's going to rear back into you at disadvantage, though. 17 or 18? It's. She goes once more into boom, and she slams. You notice that at this point, whatever she's fighting back, this is going to be 16 points of fire damage.
So 8.
Yep. And as she slashes down, she looks at you. You need to run. Something horrible is going to happen. And then it comes back. Quiet! Now, that is the end. At the top of her turn, the Minotaur turns, and he's going to go right here. Got this huge flaming axe. You're going to rear back, and you see him pull it over, and you just see molten fire dripping onto the ground. He takes it, and you just... boom, and he's going to swing it, both arcing at both you, Denistine, and Wife. He's got 2 huge arcing attacks, 24 and a 14.
First one hit. The second does not.
Alright, so same with Denistine, and then his damage total. 25 fire damage. As this pierces and slams down, you hear Denistine, oh, as he takes it.
What does that have?
I will say 12.
12?
Yep. He then is going to. He then turns, and he's going to try and shove you, Wife. And his strength save.
I don't think he gets that. He's
No,
unconscious.
I'm down.
Oh, you're down. Oh shit. Well then, he's going to try and end you. He's going to, as you are down, just take a large hoof, and he's going to put and go boom and try and just stomp you with it. That's gonna hit, and that's a saving throw.
It's got an advantage.
He's just gonna lose a death save. So he's just down 1. Now, as this happens, you all see, your turn, the rest of you see the Cassandra Vault symbol pierce heavily and way more. You almost feel as if the weight is gaining on your forearm. Something is happening within this. Perrin.
I'm feeling an intuition like, maybe this means she's almost done for? Like, I don't know, man. Let's fuck it. Let's go for her. I'm just gonna take 2 shots at her.
Alright.
What's my weapon now? 19 plus 7 plus 2.
Yep. Then the next one.
And the next one is 6 plus 7 plus 2. That's,
Nope. Second one will miss.
It's fun. 2, 9. Damn.
Yeah. Oh jeez. Alright, so that'll hit, so you see it and it just sinks in. It takes it. She takes part of this arrow. She breaks it off of her shoulder pad. She just throws it to the side. You see blood starting to spew out. She yells, "Oh! You must listen!" She coughs up more blood. And she turns. She looks directly at you. "You must be ready! Something has awakened. It has weakened me, tempted me, taunted me. I was weak. I gave in. I wasn't able to..." And it seems as if her body is now starting to change. You see scales growing more and more. "I would never forget you. But know that I made mistakes. I made deals with individuals I shouldn't have. My husband became sick. I became weak, searching for a cure. I gave in to odd magic," and as she says that, you see her jaw, as she says magic, just kind of start elongating and then rip back once more. You hear voices still, though, partially in there. "Something from the ashes is coming. It preyed on me." And her voice trails off. Now, fuck this. He's going to go into the Minotaur, seeing that it is decently wounded. Both of them quite wounded. I'd say the Minotaur, unsure though. Both attacks, they're going to. One's going to hit. The damage. 9. Wait, I can reroll one. Yep. 12. And then. Wait, he would have to go there. Okay, that's the end of his. And actually, he's going to. Does he have a potion or anything? No. On save, actually. Okay, he's good. Alright, he received 1. Alright, he's good. Jake is real low. He has no potions. He has no healing. He's got 5 HP. So, Denisene's turn. He turns back and looks right at you, Gildor. Even though he can't see you, he just yells, Gildor! I cannot use my attacks! I fear of... And he just looks at Fuctus, hurt. What is the call? Do I attack?
Yes, fuck it, do it anyway.
And you see him and he rears back, alright! And he takes his staff and he goes back and he leans into it once more into this Minotaur. Oh, that's not very good. No, so only 1 is gonna hit. Gonna do 21 points of damage. Okay. You can see that the Minotaur is starting to look a little weakened. Cassandra, decently bloodied. Alright, Orm, onto you. At the top of your turn, you see her starting to become worn down. She turns. Orm, sweet boy, don't listen to what this putrid said. Come and join me. Become one. Breathe in the fire.
The child will not make the same mistake.
Then notice that you shall, like she has, succumb to me. And you see just the fire and the last little bit of hope in her eyes die out. And it looks as if this is the last bit of Cassandra Bolt that once you knew left. You see it from the last little bit flicker. And you notice at this point something.
Kill your dumbass.
And as that happens, I will cast another spell. I'm going to cast Wither and Bloom.
Ooh.
And so it's going to hit
I
both
was
of
gonna
them.
cast.
Yup. It's going to hit both. I think
And
it's
you're gonna
save.
get Jake up too.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Oh shit, dude, yeah,
Jake-
he's
is
down.
Jake-
Yeah, he's down. I
Oh,
forgot.
I was actually going to
He's
do.
down, I'm sorry.
No, I'm going to do the cleric.
That's a con save for 6. I think it's like.
You're doing it on
15,
Both of them.
Is it Cassandra?
Yeah, each creature of your choice in a 10-foot radius sphere.
Right.
So the two of them.
The Minotaur rolls a 17 and Cassandra rolls a 14.
So Cassandra fails, the Minotaur saves.
Okay.
So Cassandra will take full damage. Fuck. It's 4 necrotic damage for Cassandra,
Okay.
and then 2 necrotic damage on the Minotaur. And you get to roll whatever your hit dice is, plus my spellcasting advantage. So your hit dice, I think it's a D10
Or
D8?
yeah, D8. One
Or
of the two.
the rat thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever your rest
Yeah.
is.
D8.
Then a D8 plus 4. No, plus 5. So 9. Yeah, you get 9 health back.
Yep.
I think it's under the 2 spell.
Okay. Anything else for him?
Now I will use my bonus action to turn back into a direwolf. And I don't know what happened to that other model. And then I'll use whatever movement I have to try and
Did you make your
my-
con save?
Either of those movements happen.
9 plus 3.
You need a 12.
9 plus 3 is 12.
Good.
Cool. Then if I have all my movements.
Yep, you're good. You're right up in there. You want a Cassandra, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can move up another one if you want right here. You can get here if you want.
Yeah, sure, why not? Maybe Dynasty will be able to like flank off that. I don't know.
I mean, you might be in range of him hitting you. Just
Oh,
letting you know.
back me up.
Yeah.
I forgot that guy does lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Can't flank that fucker. Then yeah, that's my action and bonus action.
All right. So, at this point, Gilder. Sorry.
Okay, now I'm gonna wither and bloom.
Yeah. Wither and bloom, the better healing word.
16 con saves. Well, I can't even be affected by healing.
Minotaur saves it, and a nat 20 on Cassandra.
So
I think.
7, and Sandra takes 3, and Jake gets to spend 1 hit die.
Um,
And he's
5, 6, 7.
Woo! Conscious
he is
dude.
up.
And then I move back behind this wall.
It's a player. He's like a fucking wizard. The wizard is playing exactly how the wizard should be played.
As you do
If you
so,
weren't strong, if you
I
weren't
need
strong, it
a-
could have been
I need a
back on
dexterity
opposite corner,
saving
and
throw.
that would've been- Your life would
What?
take one.
yeah, the trap from the fire that was in there.
13.
So as this point happens, you see from the right and from the middle, no door being there. You see nothing, but you see on the other side a large red start emitting. You go to see it, and you move barely out of the way as you see one start outspooting right next to you, and then sink back in.
Battle's heating up.
Now, at this point, you see the Minotaur. Everybody, give me a perception check.
So I saved, so I went back to not having exhaustion.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm not at disadvantage.
4. So you see
15.
just a Minotaur get bigger.
Cool.
And 19.
19,
15.
15.
Do I have disadvantage?
Visibly
Ability.
slow.
You have 1 point.
Yes.
It's an ability check.
Not one. So you see just
Damn.
a Minotaur getting
Oh,
bigger.
I was just down, now I'm up.
The rest of you see essentially him start bulbously growing in size. Magma is starting to change as you see Cassandra touch something in his near aura that starts affecting him. It's very subtle, but you see something as she is becoming quite bloodied now, damaged, weathered within this fight. Something has taken over, and now it seems as if she has a different plan, possibly. Her body language changes. She's now stopped talking. Her body is now almost entirely a red dragonborn, as you see it almost by the second, scales growing up her neck into her face. As she grows a little bit muscular and in size, she turns. Now, honey, see that these kind, well, friends of ours don't make it back home. And you notice that she starts mustering some large red shield around her as her eyes start glowing, and then she closes them, mustering something. That is all you see. That is the end of your turn, life.
I'll say, right?
That's you can roll that.
Was it cocked?
I'm the lowest is 5 anyways, so.
Yes, reroll. We reroll.
Let's
You're not,
get-
you're not at
get lower.
disadvantage for con.
Not one. Oh, dude, you.
Why are you rolling at disadvantage?
Do I have a.
Those
Well,
are
it's
ability
still
checks.
5.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Still 5, so.
Okay, so 5. So you take another point of exhaustion. So you gain 1 back. What do you do? You got Cassandra at advantage, so you're +2, or the Minotaur.
Well, since it went down, the third weapon isn't there anymore, so.
Yeah,
True.
even down.
I didn't know that. What do I do?
I'm going to guiding bolt Cassandra.
So as you see this, you see no effect. You see kind of bounce off this orb that's emitting around her. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Whatever she's doing, I'll say might not be affected by spells. just by judging what just happened with yours. Anything else?
Bonus action, I'm going to recast first weapon.
Okay. Get it. What kind of
You
weapon?
can't do that. It's a leveled spell. You only cast one leveled spell.
Oh.
True. True.
Okay. I'm going to sit there.
Okay, so you want to move or anything? You're good.
No, I'm moving.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
moving.
deep in there.
Yeah.
All right. See Cassandra. Well, this was quite an interesting, unplanned meeting, but all things were needed in time. Orem, I hope you saw what you needed to see. But the next time, you won't be seeing me. And if you do, I'll make sure that you never walk. That fact, I'll make sure all of you. Honey, it's time. See this red ball around her start growing. See the Minotaur. He rears back. He goes lower to the ground. And he's going to make a large arcing sweep attack at all four of you. As you see, as this attack passes through Cassandra, and it's almost like an imagery vision that passes through, almost like she's not even there. This large attack, I need dex saves on it as well. Alright, so it is a 18 to hit.
Oh.
No? Alright, so that seems
it
gonna get
hits,
hit.
but
Okay.
I failed to save.
Save? Okay. Orem?
It will hit.
The save is a 15. I need a
And then I made the save, but it still hit.
okay. Jake. Failed the save. And it's gonna hit. Okay, so you failed the save, you're knocked prone. You feel this huge arcing axe go through. And it's going to do this one fucking rocks, just especially if you failed your save. This is gonna lots of damage. Yeah, Jake's down again actually.
No, he's gonna be down, but he's not
Yeah.
dead. So that's
Wow. How much HP does he have?
okay. Yeah. Damn, he's about to do all
Half of his
like all of it.
oh, that's right. It's gonna do 35 points of fire damage,
Wait,
and if
that
you
actually-
failed, and if you
I thought it had to be
failed,
25 overkill.
No, it's his entire total HP has to be negative.
negative.
So it has
So
to do
it's
with
not half. It's
Right.
not half of his total. It's his whole total.
So hang on.
Yes, it's his total.
Okay.
As far as I know. Where?
Okay, what was the damage number? I already
35.
35. Failed. You're gonna take an extra 15 points damage. So as this axe goes sweeping through, you then see Cassandra in a matter of an instant. Just
How much is that half?
Wait, how much
25.
is the total?
50.
50.
Now it's 50, but he had 7 HP.
Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's 43.
So I had to do 57 damage.
Yes.
I would have been dead if I didn't have that fire resistance.
You see Cassandra disappear.
Bitch. I knew she was
I knew it was about to fucking tell me.
We should have just tackled her and cryptic.
You then
I
see
feel that would.
You then see the Minotaur there. His axe starts smoldering to the ground, and him and his body start lava bursting out of his shoulders. He starts somewhat growing. You see the face and the horns start almost imploding within his face. You just hear, "Brr." You see Denistine. What is going on? Is he going to fucking explode?
I don't know, but he's getting bigger, so maybe.
What are we going to? And he just turns, and you see Denistine. He just turns, and he just immediately
Fuck yeah, like peace.
double dashes. John, what are you doing?
I'm probably gonna vacate the area too and start moving the fuck out of there.
Okay.
Moving my
You
car
can still
first.
shoot it though.
I can still shoot after.
Okay, you're moving back into there.
16 plus.
You're good on your con.
17.
All right, you attacking?
Yeah, I'll,
Alright.
move me out a little bit further. It's like
Well, that's 15. You got half movement if you still have exhaust.
He
I
just
saved.
saved.
Oh, you saved,
he
you're good,
moved down,
okay.
yeah, so he should have all 30.
All right, so you
So
can
we're
go.
up to like the doorway, like yeah.
All right,
right,
the door.
yeah, okay,
You'd be
okay,
about
okay,
right here.
okay. Alright, let's try to get 2 hits here. 7, hell no. 6 plus, also hell no.
Whiff, whiff.
Yeah,
So-
whip.
The air just singe in the middle of the air, just burning. All right, fuck this. He's going to make a death saving throw. Oh God. Okay. So, this is a big deal because now the curse that you guys don't know is going to come into play.
The cryptic curse?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So you guys now know as Jake is down and he is going to try and come back to, the weight of this curse and the want for a sacrifice constantly is wanting to be done. Normally, when you would have 3 death saving throws, you immediately lose 2. So he's essentially going to have 1 when in the proximity of Cassandra Volt. That is his fixated list target. Since you are failing and 1 is now dying, losing that, he wants his sacrifice in some way. So this is how he takes it. So let's hope Jake makes this, or he's just gonna fucking die. Because this is his only one. Right. So I'll be the one to roll it, but I'll roll with my green one. This green one, because I like this one better. Oh, okay, 18. Whew. All right, so he's good, but still down, still unconscious, and he still needs to pass 2 more, because if he fails any of them, he's immediately dead. Denistine has ran. Orm, what are you doing?
Okay.
I love this.
Would so I'm a bit wolf.
Yep.
Would like would fuck this be any kind of action and like pulling him out half speed?
I
Dragging him out.
mean,
Big rock.
Would that be an action? Would that be?
what are you
anything?
trying to do?
I just am pulling him from there towards the door.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
An
pretty
action?
sure it's an action.
Okay. Then I will not do that.
I mean, are you trying to attack? I'd say if
No,
you're
I'm not-
you're a direwolf, you're a large beast. I'd say you'd be able to move and probably going through. I know that was a bonus action to be able to grab him, carry
Okay.
him. Since you're a large creature, bigger than him,
Yeah.
I don't think that would be an action. I
Okay.
know that'd be a bonus action.
Opening a door be an action or a bonus action?
It's a
That's an action.
And I mean, if it's a regular door,
Yeah, just a regular door.
It would be unless it's locked or anything. It's just an
Yeah.
interactive object.
Interact. That's an interact.
Yeah.
That would be.
That's what
That's-
that's
yeah.
what I'm thinking. That he would be able to just on his way by, grab him and go.
Okay. Then
Minotaur hits in.
is there still a concentration checks going on?
Yeah.
Well, see if I have.
Not Constitution.
Well, yeah, yes. It's the same
same
thing. for
check
me.
though.
True wording.
Well, shit. 7.
You,
Yeah.
heat. The fur matted down. You start just
So I'm back to 1
just
exhaustion.
slobber, drenched.
Yeah.
When you pick up Jake, slobber all over his gear. Just
It's actually just oil. It's just like.
oh yeah, because you're a
Yeah.
warfer, so it's just eking this
Yeah.
secretion of just dark liquid all
Yeah.
over him.
Okay. So is that a property of the room that it gives half speed, or is it only the people with 2 exhaustion that are half speed?
You don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm only at 1 exhaustion.
You're good. That you know.
Okay. Then I have 50 feet of fucking movement, and Jake is just fucking. I'm holding him like a baby cat.
I need an athletics check because you're on
That's
the
fine.
sigil.
Oh, there's a sigil. Okay.
Yeah, that huge red, orange fucking
Yeah, I
fire
thought-
thing.
I thought that was a decoration.
I thought it was just etched into the floor.
That's what she's pulling fire from?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I just thought there was like just rooms on the floor.
Athletics? Okay. That's
Why do I even write adjectives in my
fucking shit.
in my
6?
plots?
That's a 6 athletics
You
check?
fail.
Okay.
So you feel a little bit encumbered. You go to grab him, you stumble for a moment, you're about half movement. You're
Okay.
able to grab him still, it just takes you a moment upon doing so.
So I have 25 movement
Yes.
speed. Okay. And so we determined that picking them up and everything was an interact with object.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to move us 25 feet this way. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is that possible?
You're gonna either have to make an acrobatics, and I'm gonna need you to make a dex save. Or, yeah, dex save, because you're gonna have a gigantic fucking direwolf barreling down a 10
Yeah,
foot
I'm not gonna give a fuck about Perrin. So you get out of the way. Get with the program or get out of the fucking way.
Okay, so you see Perrin just go right up against walls.
Cool. All right.
Direwolf carrying fuck this in his mouth just comes charging through.
We got away from there, so I will use my action now to stop being a dire wolf, and then I have my bonus action to cast Healing Word on fuck this.
Okay, so you see him come to.
He gets 6 HP back.
Okay.
Totally conscious though.
Yep.
Correct.
And he looks at you, and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And it just slobbers, and it just
That's the
slams
least
and
of our
drips
worries right
all
now,
the way
focus.
down.
Come on, man.
Now,
Who'd you make conscious?
fuck
Fuck
this.
this.
Gotcha.
Cleric's on you, dog. Good luck.
You have hit die?
Yes. I do.
I still have. I only still
Oh,
have one.
you only spent
I
the,
spent
the third level, and then you did the 2.
No, I have one level 1 spell. I did raise 2 rays of sickness. But 1 level 1 spell.
So what are you doing?
I use Wither and Bloom.
All right.
And wall on him, then con save. And then +5, whatever that is.
He rolled a 25. He's gonna
So he's gonna take half.
yeah,
7, so 4.
3. Rounding
Going
down.
down.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Everything rounds down.
Yeah, we're rounding down.
I think the only thing
I gotta hope.
there's very, very
Okay, you notice as you hit him, his body doesn't seem to affect. He just starts growing. It seems his forearms start growing into his abdomen, and he just starts becoming like almost this large, hulking, almost glowing being of bright, flowing fire and light. All right, wife.
Okay, I am now up. The hallway is full, right?
And this is difficult terrain.
This is
Yeah,
all
you can
difficult
just run
terrain,
Take that.
but I need a con save.
Yep.
I need a con save. You fail. Or no, wait. What's your con? +1, right?
+2.
You need a 12. Yeah, 12. You're good. All right, so you fail. You're good. So you take a point of exhaustion.
Do I have my full movement until I get to that room?
Yeah. So you go
So
1. You have 30.
Yep.
So you have 25. So you have. We'll say you have. I'll let you move 3.
Okay, so I'm gonna move through.
All right. So you go boom, boom, boom.
How is everyone health wise?
Oh. Well, I'm not. I'm great. Everyone else is fucked.
I'm not. I'm a healthy boy.
I'm okay.
That fire trap probably
I'm
would
at
have killed me
7.
though.
Yeah,
You're
everyone
at
else
7.
is helpful.
What spot is that?
Like 6. 6.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Fuck. No, that's touch. How we're going through. I'm gonna cast Healing Word. Not fuck this.
How much?
4.
+5. 6.
No, it's 5.
5 total. All right, so you get 11 HP now. All right, so he's okay for now. Is that it?
Yep.
I could solve our problem with fuck just being corrupted by a gem the entire time. We
Plus
just
side.
we just diverted the problem.
So,
Made a way.
But we solved one problem.
We made like 3 more. But
at this point, you see this large,
that's Dungeons and Dragons.
huge, forming, lava fiery ball start pulsating and emitting this bright light. You see the glyph on the door in front of you emit. It starts glowing this bright red hue, and in a moment you see the heat, you feel it emit like you have never felt it before. You turn and you all see a bright red turn to an orange and then almost like a bright white. And then in a moment, pulsates up. You see the Minotaur, the last like few moments of his face, smile, and then you see this Minotaur explode, gathering from the sigil and the braziers next to it, erupting, cascading the entirety of this manor into fire. I need everybody to give me a dexterity saving throw, because you guys are in this hallway. I'll say you guys can try and jaunt your way farther around and maybe dodge. This is going to be a ton of damage. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I got 8.
15, dog.
Jesus Christ, this is going to be.
Let's see if I die or not.
Yeah, this is like for real.
10.
How much? Okay, how much HP max do you like?
43.
Max, like just in general, max, 41.
Mine is 39.
35.
Fire for me is half though.
I have 20 HP.
Okay, you might be okay.
If that kills you, everyone's dead.
Yeah, if it kills me, everyone's gonna die.
How much HP do you have?
30. I have 20 total right now.
I'm 25.
This does what? It has to do 50-ish, 60-ish damage, and it just kills me. If I what was the save? I mean,
Dex.
like, what was the...
Oh, 15.
Met!
Okay, you're gonna take a total is 38 points of fire damage plus 9, so it's 47.
47.
What's that half?
What's that?
Still
20,
unconscious.
22,
Oh yeah, I'm so.
I think we're all unconscious. I think every
23,
single one of us is
Holy
unconscious.
shit.
23.
Free a long rest. No one shows up because we can't know that much.
So you see this
shit, that's
huge
fucking-
How's Dennis
eruption.
doing?
That's what I'm
motherfucker's
getting ready to
just
literally
dead.
do.
Look at
He's
that,
down for sure.
41.
Dennisine,
Look how fucking close that was.
how much?
So I have 7 health, and you said 47, right? And I have 41 total. Look how fucking
Oh my
close that
god.
was.
Oh my god,
Look
took
how
a
close.
1. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Dennisine?
Dennisine's dead.
Dennisine is dead?
Dead.
What?
Like, from what you can see, he's dead.
Oh, fuck.
One dead and like 5 unconscious, right?
So, at this
Or you
moment, you guys are all unconscious.
Uh-huh.
You guys sit here unsure of how long or how much time goes by. After I'd say a moment to you all, you feel rubble and debris. You start hearing voices off in the distance. Hey, there might be survivors down here. Look for Miss Volt. Check any other. Oh God. And then you see this large guard moving towards.
That's not gonna be a good look.
Yeah.
You hear footsteps making their way, and now the rest of you, as you feel this small noise, something has brought you guys into some caravan. You all are on your backs, barely alive, healed all to 1 HP. You guys are feeling your way move within a caravan, and at this point, you sit inside of a room, or a caravan, excuse me, roomed in, draped entirely closed, with a human individual, tanned skin with slicked back brown hair, as he looks at you all.
Your body.
So, I see that you all had a run-in at the manor. What was that all about now that I see that you all are starting to come to? And then you hear a slight knock as he kind of slams a heavy fist on the caravan and it stops. So, you see him stand as you guys are all literally laying on your backs. Why were you at Volt's Manor? And why is there a dead member of the Council of Collective found in your midst?
Number one, let's slow down. We all just woke up, so give us like a little minute here, so we get, we know where the hell we are. So let's.
Who is speaking to us?
At this moment, as you ask, I am General Grundridge. No. Yeah, give me a history check. You might know. As you look, you notice that he's part of the militia. You're not quite sure how high up. He's pretty high up. Not exactly sure. Right.
That seems pretty high up.
You're not.
That's probably everyone's just called General. Hey, General.
You're not
backwards.
quite.
General's his first name.
Yeah. You know he's of decent stature though within the Hexwell military. There's no other guards in here with you. Him still fully armored with a large blade at his waist. You're in Hexwell, but we're bringing you to one of the prisons that we have. Now, we're just bringing you in to be questioned at first. But know that we have found many things in your possession. And he has a bag, and you see it.
Oh, God damn it.
I have found some of the machines and some, individuals that have been missing for the last month or so.
Hey,
So we have looked
I have
through some of
goblin
your...
horses.
Is that what those were?
Yes.
Give me
That I found
a
in-
persuasion check.
One of them's literally.
I'm not saying you're lying. It's a persuasion.
15.
Just looks at
I'm
you.
not trying to persuade. I'm being
Besides the point, I just want to make sure that I know what's happening here. If you're going to be coming into these walls of Hexwell, blowing up manors of professors, I need to know why. Who sent you? Who are you working for?
Sir, I was looking for my nephew when I woke up in that basement. I have
Your nephew.
yes, Cobras. Actors.
And as you say that, you've been looking for him for weeks now. He's an individual that we think is actually a part of this whole whatever facade is happening. His machines, and you see him, he is tinkering with one as he's sitting in the caravan now. What is this?
Is it one of those like
Yeah, one of the
Canisters?
one of the little canisters that was located in one of the other rooms.
I'm not sure. All I know is that it weakens people around.
We don't know its origin.
Found it in a box down there.
You're asking who sent us? We are essentially freelancers. That being said, we have connections within the city.
Dennis asked.
And Denistine was one of them.
He's kind of fucking.
Unfortunately, he was one of our professors. We passed his exam within the last several days regarding incantations. Another connection of ours is Orlandra.
Alondra.
Alondra.
Heretic.
Correct.
We're working on Dynasty. Hoping he might possibly prove unresponsive.
It's unfortunate.
Say you were working with her.
Correct.
Were you at her manor? Working on what?
How in the know are you regarding?
Forward. I'd like to know, or at least say that I know everything. Possibly may not be doing a very good job. We've suspected some things of her, but really able to put together many pieces. Many roadblocks. Many political things stopping us really understanding what's happening.
We're about to cut through that red tape real quick for you.
Those same political roadblocks don't really impede freelancers such as ourselves. So we walked right in. We weren't stopped, and Honor Volt was in that basement. She did not like that.
Don't forget the exploding minotaurs.
And as you say that, exploding minotaurs, what
Yeah.
do you mean?
Sandra Volt no longer lives. Her body exists, but it is consumed,
Spirit's gone.
possessed by something else.
Then where is she now?
Cassandra Volt or the body?
Well, I guess whatever is taking over her body.
Fuck if we know.
We're figuring that one out. She kind of went whoop,
She
gone.
kind of just went out. I can't remember the skeleton.
She, I cast Alter Self.
So I can make the pop noise.
I guess.
Oh, there you go. Pop the hand out of your socket. There you go.
Do that.
He looks. So the explosion. Minotaur.
Yeah,
Made
A lava minotaur. Let's add some little
Yeah.
context to that.
I believe
She likes fire.
she called him the Fire Lord. Don't know if that rings any bells.
I think they were banging. I don't know about that one.
Everybody give me a perception check as you say that.
Ooh, that's good.
17.
26.
14.
26.
Anybody over 25 other than him?
Woo!
No.
Whispers.
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
So you see this, and then he kind of goes on. Fire Lord. I'm not quite sure. I've heard of this. There was a creature or a being.
Can I insight check that bit?
Yeah.
I'm even okay at that.
What is that stat?
Still wisdom.
16.
He's on the fringe of possibly being a little bit full of shit, or at least maybe somewhat knowing, or possibly have heard of it.
So for someone so in the know, you thought that you don't know.
Well, maybe you could enlighten me if you know more.
Not really.
We're just telling you what kind of happened. It's one of the burn box. See all that? Yeah, okay, we
It's,
kind
The
of
person that knows is still kind of unconscious on the floor.
It's kind of a
Is Jake up?
you scratch our back and we scratch yours.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, he's up. I mean, he's just like, I'm good. This fucking slob. Still in me. It's in my scales.
The joints should be fucking great then, right?
Yeah.
You see him once
Sweet
more,
clean.
General Grendridge. So, I want to make this very clear. You're here in Hexwell. You come for incantations. You tell me of this Fire Lord, Minotaurs exploding,
It was a fire lord. Let's just keep that straight.
and so the Minotaurs.
Oh yeah, because someone will turn to fucking dragon.
Oh yeah, she's also like a dragon.
You should
Yeah.
probably
We
include
should
that.
really, get some specifics on that. Goler was right. She got
So a
lost in caves.
Minotaur is the Fire Lord.
That's what we've been led to believe.
That's what we're gathering, because she kept calling that thing sweetie and honey, and then and then refer to the Fire Lord as Sweetie and Honey. So we're kind of.
And you see him kind of lean back a second. Doesn't add up. Sweetie, or Honey, her husband. Husband was the Fire Lord.
Cassandra Volt is dead. What possessed her is not Cassandra Volt. What possessed her is an entity that was married to the Fire Lord.
Most likely also her husband now.
Which probably used, like the whole, her grief against her, mind controlled her, which would explain her huge personality change in public. However, 20-ish years ago.
He then next pulls out a map.
Is this the thing? Or is this a different thing?
It's a map that you guys found in
The forest map? The
Yeah.
one I found? Okay, yeah, I don't have that written down.
Where did he pull it from?
It's from the chest.
the
man.
chest.
Oh, okay.
Spiders!
No, where did he pull it from himself? Did he
Oh.
pull it?
From a. He has a bunch of your guys' equipment,
Okay.
essentially. And he's just kind of like.
Okay.
This map has a location on it. New Wall region. Exwell. Why?
We can I see that real quick? Like the map, like can you show me the map? So I know this
It
one.
Just like, he just wants this.
He
Not
kind of.
the end.
He opens it.
Oh yeah, we found that down there too. I didn't really know what that was at the time. I was gonna inspect it later.
And as you look, why is the contraband forest?
Your guess is as good as mine.
What happens there?
The map was owned by whatever possesses Cassandra Volt.
He kind of really looks at you.
There was
Not
also
quite sure if you're lying.
there's a name that was with it too. Teldris Agnos. Name on the paper near next to the map was
Yeah.
circled on it. I don't know what significance that was.
That's his nephew.
Yeah, he's.
So
I don't want to go off of
God, for an individual who is in the know, again, you don't know. We know. So Cassandra Volt has been suspected of dealings of all kinds.
But why would she be leaving the region? Why would she be going north? Why would she be heading towards New Wall? She resides here. She lives here.
Part of what telling me that
Actually-
she's not here anymore.
We've investigated her house before, we went in the basement. That shit hasn't been lived in
For years.
for years. I mean, rotten food, dust everywhere. Completely clean, like unused. All the beds are made, and it's just almost abandoned.
So she left. Teleported. I know some magic. She couldn't have gone far. I have no idea of where she could have gone. I don't want to have to suspect you all of possibly trying to protect her now.
Look at the bird
wait.
Oh my
marks.
God.
Are
Oh,
you
wait.
serious?
She also might have a mythical item of legends that she could have.
You can tell about the gym.
If he finds out we're lying, this man's the law. And this person, and I don't think this dragon's gonna not flaunt the fact that she has this thing. It's a dragon. So yeah, Cassandra has a gem.
She had two gems, I thought.
Like the gem.
And as you say this, you see his demeanor somewhat shifts. Charles, stop the caravan and tell them double the gods. This moment, you feel the caravan pick up once more. You see General Grandage draw his sword. I was hoping that I would be able to make friends first before I had to deceive you. Coming to check on Anna. I know what she. I know what's happening. Don't blame me. I was just seeing how.
We're dead.
Now that I know, you haven't told anybody. Nobody knows you're here. Now I need you. I'm tired of working. Tired of working for. You see him and he lifts up his arm. And it is literally just branded all the way up with like scarred and burn marks. And then all the way up leading to his shoulder, you see a bright like eye with fire emanating around it and flame. I know. It's not. I have also fallen prey to this. I wish to. So, you're not going to act. You're not going to fight. I'm going to take you in like I promised her. Then you're going to work.
Man, pawns for every fucking person.
I need you to kill her. And any of her associates. I need you to take Gem Season. He turns and he looks at you, drawing his blade. Have you not told them who you are?
The old war.
Nobody's really asked.
Tensions are just gone after that.
I'm Theodore. Don't know what you mean.
Not really hiding. That's
Your origin.
yeah.
Your
What I
race.
remember.
Underneath those bones.
Oh yeah, they all know. Well, he might. He
So
he
I'm
probably.
What were
No,
you?
no, you're a grave clerk. You know the
Well,
things
yeah.
around you.
I know you're undead.
So I'm
but
undead.
I don't know anything else.
He looks at you more intently.
Pretty sure everybody with him knows.
That is not what I am asking. What were you before?
Oh, Eldrin. Eldrin.
What can Eldrins do?
Think with the seasons. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. It's
Wait
clicking.
a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Does that mean I should probably be able to wield these gems?
He looks at you.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Do you know? Do you know what gem Miss Volt?
I'm gonna
Pass.
assume if they're seasonal, it's probably summer because it's really hot and it
Summer.
burns people.
We know that she has capabilities of changing these gems to different forms, essences, magical properties. There was a great incident about 7 years ago. Do you know anything about that? Young student, well, maybe not young, but student at the time. Explosion happened at Endel's Academy. On campus. With an Eldrin supposedly fled. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that.
I don't know. Probably was me, maybe.
I
Yeah, shit,
just remember waking up as a skeleton being like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Or anywhere near people. I'm a skeleton.
You,
I don't even remember what caused the explosion. I mean,
you're not lying. He doesn't. He doesn't know, honestly.
I just remember waking up as a skeleton.
He just holds his blade at you. You will be important in time. Now, the rest of you. This caravan stops. Go inside the prison. Put you all in separate cells. And in 2 days' time, travel north. I'm going to meet a certain individual. Don't know who. I don't know when. But we must stop whatever this next part of her plan is. At least I'm not go on anymore like this. Now, you see him just kind of lean back like caravan as it just.
Question: can I have my book?
I got from the library.
Can we have our shit?
Oh.
Also, second,
that's why I specifically
your
asked
orders
for
are
a
going to be
book.
kind of diminished when we're following the orders from another fucking being higher up than you, I'm pretty sure.
I have a big old gulp from my flask. Please, Mr. General, sir.
We can divvy out some items, possibly. But until then, enjoy the travel. And he kind of leans back, and you guys literally are in this caravan for about another hour. It is.
Don't have any hit dice to spend.
As you guys go through, he turns.
That's like 60. Oh yeah, I got spell slot.
Now, is there anything you guys want to do throughout this ride? I'm just saying, or we can just fast travel through. It's up to you guys.
I'm at 8.
Not that I can think of.
So, the caravan ride goes through. You guys actually go for about. Give me a survival check. You guys really don't know how. You guys all can.
Nat 20.
Ooh. Okay. What's your total?
Garbage.
My total is
Oh, that's fine.
24.
24. What'd you get?
Nat 20.
You rolled nat 22. What'd you get total?
Total 27.
27? 5. Okay. So, at this point, you guys, you travel for
You get a
about
drink?
2.5 hours.
Mountain
But here's the perfect time because we're going to take a quick break. So, we can all just get up, take a quick break, and then when we get back,
I didn't want to get up while you're.
no, we're good. So, there's where we'll just take a quick little break. Everybody go to the bathroom. So, at this point, you guys all have traveled now for 2 hours. At this moment, you can hear the caravan stones have changed. The wheels are making a slightly different noise, and you notice that essentially. You good, John?
Yeah, no, I'm going to look at my roll 20.
Okay. You notice that at this point, there is almost a slight pattern to the rocks as you hear them slowing as this caravan is coming to a stop. General Grundridge stands. So, before we leave, want to work together? Am I going to need to restrain all of you?
You won. I thought the working together was implied, and I didn't need to answer.
I mean, I could throw you in cells.
No, like
I don't wish to just fight all 4 of you
You want this
over and over and over again. We can go about this. I need help. I
Yeah.
can't just leave.
that makes 5 of us, 6 of us. We all fucking want this thing dead. Enemy of my enemy. You know what I mean?
Technically, we're not even enemies.
I mean, yeah, like you're. I mean, we're enemies of it, and then he's an enemy of it. So he is an enemy of my enemy. It doesn't even mean we're not
I
necessarily
got you,
friends.
I got
We
you.
can be friends. We'll be friends. But right now, you have a knife.
Momentary friends, yes.
You have any friends?
Goals are aligned, and that's good enough for me.
No.
Yeah, fuck the fire.
Okay.
Fuck that guy.
I don't even know if it's a... or something. I've seen her summon many creatures. I just tell you... I will not speak on Bolt's name that way, but... Besides the point, I have ill news of also one of your compatriots. A certain Jameson.
Yeah. Is he in prison too?
Probably dead.
Was he dead?
I'm not sure. We have found him to be of the utmost importance. Rocks have captured one of the Ardre's best lapidaries. We know that they are needing it to cut a yellow gem that they have. Something is needed by these lapidaries. We have traced down the bloodlines. Hug is the only moonlight lapidary that is left other than his brother. Now, him missing, this worries me. And now Cassandra is in possession of 2 gems. Or at least parts of 2 gems. We don't know where she's at. We have a forest of the Noir woods, the Contrevan's Holt. But other than that, don't know anything. That's what you're telling me.
Oh, I know.
So why would she go to the Contraband?
Probably got a hideout there. You think of that one?
She was making deals. Dealing and dealing.
Ponders for a moment.
Probably we should teleport.
Did you see anything in her manner before?
Black smog?
Give me intelligence checks. You guys are forgetting something in the beginning. And I want to know if anybody
Oh, no,
knows.
I was
it
there
was
for that
like,
shit.
we just then I want to begin that.
No, you were there.
Like the beginning of the
No.
fight with her?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she was talking to a guy. She was talking to a guy, and I even wrote down the colors of his shit somewhere.
I thought so. I was like,
Blue, teal, and orange. Large R on the chest.
yeah.
Yeah, he's talking to some guy.
So you say that. She's speaking with an individual.
I had assumed, with the considering he has a big R, that he's a member of the Rocks family. What?
So maybe not a hideout. Basements seem to be that. Secret doors. Things of her manner not being touched for years. Have you looked anywhere else beneath the manor before the explosion? Did you see any secret hidings? Any?
There were ledgers, but I didn't really go too much into them.
Were there any names?
Well, the one I told you I found, Circle.
That's his nephew.
His nephew, that's my nephew.
There were no other names you found. No one else associated.
There were others, but they were crossed off, so I couldn't see them.
Need to know who she. Must be something in Noir, this Contrevan's Holt. Hideout, maybe. A meeting, maybe. A resting place. Something. A ritual, who knows? Now, I'm gonna let you out of this caravan. We'll walk inside. 2 each in a cell. 2 days' time. Come back. Gather you. By then, hopefully, plan. Now, prison that I'm taking you to. I'll not tell you exactly the location. Just know that the individuals you're going to be placed with might actually have some information. Areas lying within New Wall. Also know that some of these criminals may have information on some of the dark, hidings that are happening behind the scenes that maybe I would be able to get in. You guys being on the inside might be able to gain some leverage. Ask something. I'm gonna let you take whatever gold you have into the order. Do what you can. Yeah. We need to have a plan. We need to know what to do. We have no idea. We will surely fail. In our lives, in this attempt, me making you all basically my hostages, will be for naught. But if we work together, and we overcome this Cassandra, there's a bright future. But I will tell you that this path runs deep. The corrupt ties, I think they go as high as
happens. What political feeling power up in the fantasy world?
I
well.
have my book
I have my what?
and my cigarettes.
I'll give you your cigarettes, but you all will get your items when I come back. Like I said, I will give you. Turns and you see him each distribute out your gold back to you. Gives you your pipe, and then he tosses you the remainder of your clothing. Now, like I said, 2 days. Don't fuck this up. Information is a must.
So what you guys thought? Oh shit, you were. Oh, that's right. We were supposed to be. We've just been playing poker all the time.
Now, you guys see him and he gets up, he pulls a large drape aside from the caravan. Will not make you walk shackled. Go. You see another guard standing out, and you see about 15 to 20 walking on the outside of this caravan, very quietly the entire. Now, as you guys look around you guys see that there's about, I'd say, a 20 to 25 foot walk to this 3-tiered large prison. You see all around you nothing but barren desert. You see some cacti kind of scattered along the sides of the vision, but for the most part, dark, cool. See a guard take you to the front, then right before the door opens, takes a bag. And this over you, or we can cast a spell. Your choice.
What the spell?
See your hand wave over, and your eyes completely go blind. It was all sight brought inside. The rest of you want.
Yeah, I'll take the spell. I don't want to know what disease is probably in that bag.
So, you as well, you see a hand waved over you, your eyes, it was all vision. You still hear, have the rest of your senses, your vision though, completely impeded.
I'll take the.
You have a bag just put on top of you.
I also don't breathe.
Spells well.
Alright, so once again, boom, your eyes covered, blindness. All of you walk. Fuck this, he'll take the bag. Now, as you guys all walk in, you hear individuals themselves moaning, some seeming like deep torturing from underneath dark wells beneath the floor. As you feel the walk, you notice it is cool. You feel slight driplets of moisture in the air. You notice after about a 20-25 minute jaunt, you make it up cylindrical stairways as it circles up, and you hear. Now we have 4. Now give me perception checks at advantage because you guys are going to be listening, and all of you quite listening decently well, and your senses somewhat heightened.
Garbage, I think 14.
Okay.
6 plus 8.
15.
Perception?
Yes.
25.
Okay. This is
21.
okay. That's pretty good for a group. So as you guys are walking by, you guys are able to kind of piece together like. You hear bits and pieces of Rock's family, hiring, hitman, even individuals saying, Poster and Geo. Individuals are noticing you. Many even go as far to even think that they even hear your, or know your name. You hear voices of like, Gildani, Allendor, Peronius, exaggerated names as you go on. You hear individuals, they're not so fucking tough. Why were they even needed to be chased after or sought after in the first place? The moonlight shits for all I care. Now you guys kind of make your way through. You all find yourselves, and then you hear a large door, and then spells subside. All you see now is 3 walls around you, completely concave in some sort of hard cement-like structure with stone. and a gate. The gate has a large lock on the top and bottom. You see a little opening on the front with about, I'd say, 3, maybe 4 inches in between each bar. At this point, you guys are in here. Is there anything you guys want to do? It's quite late, and at this point, most prisoners are starting to get in their cells and go to sleep. You guys do not have any idea where you're at, really, the name, or very much information at all. Pretty much have heard.
We're in our cells, right?
Yeah, you guys are in your cells. You guys
Yeah, we can't.
you just want to sleep through the night?
Can't really do shit, so might as well just go in a trance.
Fucking.
Okay. You guys can sleep if you want.
Yeah, I'll pray for like an hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Oh
will.
my god, and sleep.
All right, so you guys just take a moment. You pray and take a moment to gather yourselves. Preparing you go into a trance, hoping that whatever force and things that are lying out there are still not being burned and tortured. And
I might be changing here very soon. I'm like, oh, we might have to fuck up before. It's
you think of the rest of the quills the leaf quills and the rest of what Ellie could possibly be doing right now. Now, as the rest of you sit, fall asleep, great night's sleep, you are somewhat jostled by some of the noises and some of the yellings that are happening, but after about 7 hours, you guys finally come to. You hear a guard open the doors. All right, open your time. 1 hour. Then we eatin' breakfast. Don't be late, or you're not getting any fucking grub. You hear this noise kind of bellowing, echoing throughout this chamber as the door is open. You guys all kind of go and get ready to step out. Is there anything you guys want to do before preparing to step out of your cells?
I have a question. Do I still have like? Did he give me back my mask?
He gave you, yes. For your sake, yes. You have your clothing, your mask, and your gold. In your pipe, yep.
Yeah, I'm scared you fucking smokes.
All right, so at this point, if you guys aren't doing anything, you guys step out. You guys look around. You see close to about 2,000 easily cells, layers. And just on your floor, as you are now on the 3rd floor, you notice that as it goes down, it is down into the ground. At some point, you've made it in, and looking down, it drops probably 12, maybe 13 stories low underground. And as you look, you just see rows and doors that echo all the way down. And you just hear voices echoing. Prisoners, it is time for your 1 hour. Everybody you see just turns to the left. You see people start walking. After a moment, with you all not knowing, you see a large orc right behind you. He kind of pushes you in a moment. Come on, it's that way, you fucking eat. And as you, do you even speak orc? No, so you just kind of hear as he kind of just groans off his shoe and just gives you a shove in the back. And as you turn, this dude's easy, like 7'5", stacked, like a dark, like almost like a black hue, gray skin hue to his skin, veins pulsating around.
I doubt he'll understand me, but I want to say fuck off and abyssal.
As you do that, he kind of just rears back his elbow and then just clean goes right across your face. And
There's an abyssal? Shit.
he hits you for 14.
It was
And you
probably,
don't
it was
have
probably
your
the
armor.
It was the tone of voice.
And you do not have your armor on.
So I don't know what it is without armor.
It'd be 10 plus your con.
Dex
Or
mod.
dex, excuse me. So I think it's 2, so
One less than
12.
armor.
Or 3 maybe?
Let me
I'm still 18, baby.
What's your dex?
-1. I am not that.
So he has 9.
So I hit you.
Nice.
Yes. So as I
No, yeah, 9.
so as I rear back, you see this orc just and it's just clean across your face. You just feel blood spit out, and he turns and he looks at you, and then he points as the rest, and he gives you a shove. As you see now, people are starting to build up behind him, and you just look around, and people are starting to look over his shoulders. What do you do?
We're gonna cast Arms of Hadar.
What does that do?
He just went from 0 to 100.
Motherfucker.
You throw hands, I throw tentacles.
Tendrils of dark energy around you, and all creatures within 10 feet. To make a strength saving throw. On a fail save, you take 2d6 necrotic damage.
Oh, Jesus.
And can't take reactions to the next turn.
Oh, God. All right, so you see an orc, a kenku, an owlin, as well as what looks to be like a bugbear or something. You're not quite sure, all in just this close proximity as you just rip up these tentacles. They latch onto all four of them, and they literally start just kind of... Does it move them around?
No, I think it restrains.
Restrains them? So it just grips onto them, holding them in place. Give me an intimidation check.
I'll also do no damage. It does 2d6.
Oh, okay.
Necrotic.
Yeah, roll the damage. And then give me an intimidation.
D6, not D4.
Yeah.
Square ones, yep, square ones.
3 necrotic. All that.
You have to roll 4 individually, or?
No, it's fine.
Nope.
Saving throws you roll once.
Yep.
So
And then give me an intimidation, yep. So as you see these, what do the rest of you do as he's dealing with this? He is behind you. The next one is Gildor, and then to the left would be Perrin, and then Orm is kind of on the farthest left cell, leading
7.
basically the rest of the pack as you guys go. 7.
And does Heart of the Darkness do anything like to like around for everyone else, like not them, any of the other prisoners?
I'll give you advantage on your intimidation check. With that.
Sure.
Look into his eyes.
20.
You notice that the front orc and the kenku as well, they peer at you, and you notice his demeanor immediately changes. He doesn't say anything, and then the kenku speaks up. All right, go on. We don't want any trouble. He's always cranky before it gets playtime.
And then I'm just like walking away. As I'm just like, oh, this name's gonna spread like wildfire now.
And then you see the kenku, he kind of pulls out a small little ball and he just jams it into the orc's like little arm and his holder. Take this, Coldar, you fucking retard. Now, go on. Let's go and let's have a peaceful time. And he looks right at you, wife. Kind of just makes a notion like, no trouble. You turn. The line starts picking up. You guys, after about 15 minutes, the line is slow. You guys, give me a perception check as you guys are making your way down. You guys go about 2 stairs all the way down into a yard.
27? What are we doing?
Perception. Sorry.
Like, as he puts it down,
As you whine.
Babe.
18.
20 total.
You're on 27.
Yeah. 18 plus 8.
So you guys make your way out.
26.
You,
27.
Gildor, as you guys are making your way out to the yard, you notice someone that you haven't seen since your time at Exwell and Endels. One of your more favorite teachers that you were pretty close with, and then in memory are unsure what happened. You aren't quite sure. You reach for the memory and it's not there. You guys kind of make eye contact, and as you stare at this half-orc, remember his name as Gax. Professor Gax. Remember talking with him your early years at Endels, your first 2 years especially. Became really close with him.
And what specifically is Gex doing right now?
Hanging out in the yard, just sitting at a table. Looks like he's just enjoying the weather. Now, what did you roll?
For perception?
Mm-hmm.
20. Yeah, 20. It was 17 plus 3.
You guys don't see too much. don't see anything.
We're out in the yard.
Yes.
I'm looking to see if, specifically, if there's any like birds hanging out, flying around. We're in the desert. There's probably a. It's like,
You see, I'd say
It's like-
a few mechanical type birds that are brought in between, similar than what you saw drop the message earlier. Somewhat common here in Hexwell. See a few pigeons, though not as common here in this desert. It's very hot.
Uh-huh.
But aside from that, you see a few crows, a couple vultures as you just peer around. Nothing other than the large creatures around you that are slightly bird-like, but nothing other than that. The rest of you, though, as you kind of peer around, you notice that there's a group. As you guys are kind of walking, you guys are, I'm assuming, walking somewhat together. You guys are kind of making your way out, and there seems to be this Goliath that immediately locks eyes with the entirety of your group, and he has somewhat of a small posse behind him. Kind of starts making his way up, and you see him immediately with this shoulder strap over, start just taking it off. All right, so which one of you is fuck this?
Oh no, his reputation spread.
He turns and he looks, and you see fuck this. He turns in the back, and he's like, fucking arrested, but he kind of looks down, and his hands are still glowing red. I'm weaker. I don't know if I should fight this, if this is what this is gonna be, but I'll do it.
Oh, man.
His health is full. We had a long rest. If
Yeah, but you guys
if
didn't
he
have
had-
all your hit die, did you?
You get all your health back on long rest regardless. You get all your health back.
Do you?
You only
Yeah.
get half your total hit dice back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get all your HP back. Yeah.
And he
God,
has
yes.
spell slot.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah.
Shit.
D&D baby.
Really? Are you
Yes.
sure?
Yes. That's a staple of Dungeons and Dragons. Well, at least 5th edition.
I didn't know you got all your. I think you got whatever your remaining health back. Or hit
No,
die.
that's short resting.
Yeah. No, you can
Long rest just refresh you completely.
Correct.
Yeah, all his hit points, care spends, regains the hit
Correct.
dice.
Yes.
Okay. So,
I mean, if he had 2 exhaustion, he would only.
well then he's feeling a little bit more ready to go.
Yeah.
If he wants to. So he's like, oh well, he wouldn't know that anyway because he's not very smart. Well, then maybe I am ready to fight.
Yeah, go get him, big guy. Tap him on the arm.
He turns, but what are we fighting of?
Ask him.
He turns in this Goliath. He just starts cracking his knuckles. So, the Moonlight Marauders, the ugly fucking wugglies. I've heard you by many names.
Yeah, we were playing on that one for a while.
I haven't heard yours.
Mine.
Man, you couldn't make that any less insulting sounding, right?
That's just my voice.
Like,
Ogba.
armbar?
Ogbar.
It might
Ogbar.
be. As he looks at you, you puny little skelly. I'll break you in half and use you as a toothy picky.
That's fucked up. I didn't even do anything.
He's got a racist
Not
accent.
yet. Now. You guys are in my yard.
What do you know? He's a skeleton. He's got the mask on.
Alright.
He sees his hands. I mean,
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if he had gloves or not.
nope.
I don't.
Nope.
You didn't think about that.
Everybody, yeah.
You really didn't think about that one, did you?
Now, you're in my yard. It's time to pay some dues. You're gonna be new inmates here. It's time to learn human fucking blood. Beat me? Give you some respect. Don't beat me. You can beat my group's bitches. He kind of turns and you see a mixture of just Goliaths, goblins, dwarves, a mix mash of just atrocities.
I'll just give you 10 gold and fuck off. How about that?
I don't care if you fucking go. What am I gonna do here? I'm in here
Yeah,
for
you're-
life.
Yeah.
That's
What?
not my
I don't
fault.
even know if I can functionally be.
What
a
about you,
bitch.
Woody?
Oh, Woody. Yeah, there's a bright one here.
What are you doing in here?
I don't remember that asking. Seeing that was your business.
Well, you're in my yard.
Yeah, let's just
Christ. Yeah.
Now, see, you gotta go for the big guy.
Hey, Ronti, this one. Yeah, Woody, pointy.
Yeah,
It can be yours.
He has
And you
not
see,
said knife your fuck once.
you see another one walk up,
not
and
terribly
this one
rude.
about
So he's
8
a tall
foot,
man.
8.5 foot tall, a little smaller than him, but wider, thick. You see him. Oh, Monty, this one. He's yours. And he just look. This guy's cross-eyed, looking in opposite directions. He's looking at you, and then he glances at everybody.
What eye do I look
This one, and he kind of takes him. He looks right at you, and you just see his jaw start clenching in his fist, and he's just like, drool starts
I have a
dripping
question.
What
down.
eye do I look at?
How close are they?
You guys are about 5-7 feet away.
Do something. Fucking hell.
I don't want to just start blasting.
Now,
It's about to go that way, so might as well get the first.
step forward, and you see, fuck this. He kind of looks back at you guys as he steps forward. I guess we're doing this.
I'm actually, wait a second. I forgot I could do something. I'm going to use Frightful Presence on the big guy real quick. That's a 16 wisdom save.
Does that have any?
Well, he's winning that.
It's
spell?
just like a presence. It doesn't. So I'm
You
not
don't have to
casting-
do anything. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the save?
16 wisdom.
Yeah, he failed.
I
You rolled
was
a
saying,
natural
he's been
4.
calling me Woody. He's not
He's
exactly.
frightened
Eh.
right now.
Now he sits here in a moment of overconfidence turns to a large like gulp in his throat that seems to once be bellowing that is now
Let's fuck this walks forward.
yeah. Marty.
Is there a problem?
Oh no,
Yeah?
my tummy.
Oh, your tummy!
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to like position myself
The soup I had last night. Oh.
while he's making excuses. I'm positioning
Oh.
myself to hit as many of them with cross fingers as I can.
You kind of position your way, and you got a decent.
It's a 15-foot cone.
Cone. Yeah, I figured. So
And I'm gonna
you're
cast
gonna be
it-
able to hit at least 7.
I'm
the way
gonna
it's
cast
lined
it
up
as
right
a
now.
third level spell.
Right, you're just casting it. You're just letting it rip. All
We
right.
are taking this
All right.
person. Oh!
Let her rip. All right. What's the?
It is
Hey,
a
you want information? We're getting it, goddammit.
Constitution save.
Fail. What is it? I haven't rolled higher than 11.
It's a DC 16.
Yeah, all
5, 10,
fail.
18. Plus 5.
We're about to murder
23
the
cold
mafia of the
damage.
prison.
The cold damage. You immediately. Hang on, let me just double check. You two immediately go prone.
And then I'm going
Just-
to immediately use my bonus, my teleport,
People in the yard start just spinning
get-
around.
to go back to where I was
going on.
before I started walking up to it.
Okay, so you guys kind of just back up a little bit, making a little bit of space as this ray just blasts over all of them. The large giant already somewhat frightened of just Buctus approaching. And now standing there, everybody in the yard starts backing up. Oh shit, you hear people. Oh boy. In a moment you hear a couple footsteps coming up. You see 2 guards. Hey! What's going on here? And you see them hands at the ready, magic wielding. You. Pointing right at you, focused. Not supposed to be using magic.
No one told me that.
At
I'm
this
smoking my
point,
pipe and being like, they started.
Also, no, it's like, oh, we're just getting, very well acquainted with the populace.
Yeah, one of them asked how cold I could make
give
it.
me a charisma check.
Did any of these guys that we just looked up, did any of them, were any of them like 19?
19. So as you say that, hitting your pipe, blowing a couple badass clouds, their hands kind of turn. Don't do anything else. You see them immediately. One, he turns his hand, and the other 2 that were once laying down kind of get back up for a moment. And they shake their head. The goblin.
And then, where's the
They're all
boss?
cold.
He immediately starts running, booking it away.
Your corpse is getting away.
Oh no, I was gonna say the boss was still there.
I don't have my I can't just carry it.
If the boss was still there, I was gonna go like this, like
He is.
Fuck this. But I was like,
He's turning there. You see a little bit of fright in his eye. What?
and then try to tell him to come over and everything like that. I'm like,
Technically,
He can't.
mechanically,
He
he's
can't
not-
come
Oh,
next.
for-
He
Also,
can't.
no, I walk over. Okay, so I'll walk over to him and I go like this. I'm like, my neck is really, really sore. Why don't you squat down a little bit? So I
And
can-
you see him. Give me an intimidation check at advantage.
It's he's spraying.
Oh wait, 2 minutes. What's that?
While he's doing that, were any of the like cronies? Did any of them have like any like bread or apples or some shit?
You see some maybe having some what looks like some possible apples or bread with a couple bottles of liquor that they're like holding, like kind of hiding in a way, but you can tell that they've been taking some drinks. So, and then when this all happens, the goblin drops one of his and then just goes off, kind of pouring out about half empty, not completely out.
Was there
Oh,
was
yeah.
there any?
I want to grab that.
Yeah.
So
Did
you
you
just-
drop any bread?
Yeah, looks like some apples, not bread, but yeah.
Yeah. Any food
Yeah, you see
sign?
some fruit, yeah.
I just
I want-
drinking what's left.
So you just take it, you tongue it around the leg, yeah.
I'll take that apple,
Okay,
Cool.
so you take the apple, you get some other
and then I will
smashed fruit.
immediately fucking get the fuck away from all these people.
Alright.
I'll go find a nice quiet corner.
Okay, so you just kind of Homer Simpson into the crowd.
Yeah.
Hang
Wait, 1 second.
on, let Perrin go, he's gone. Go ahead, John.
11 is
Intimidation.
Okay, so he kind of looks at you. Scariest point to you, but...
I can't get my friend again.
Yeah, with him behind you, you're quite scary, so...
So now this is where I start asking you questions.
What do you want to know?
We're in for some information.
And he kind of looks at you. I'm not the one. Smart beard!
Smart
And he kind of motions, and you see a Goliath with a fake makeshift beard.
Fake
Yeah,
beard.
it's not even real. Like strewn across his face. Looks kind of over.
What's it made of?
It looks like wool thatched with like some sort of like
Oh, God, hopefully
mud
it's
formed
pillow.
together with like maybe like hardened under the sun, like packed together over many of days, like rained and then hardened.
Oh,
and as it seems, you
God.
see like a large band of some sort of like leather or something attached to the back. It's very obvious. He walks up.
Like, I can't grow one. I'm gonna make
You
one.
see Ognar, he's like, he's trying to hide his identity. And then he kind of backs up.
I can see that.
You see Smartbeard walk forward. Hi, Smartbeard! Ask.
Wow, okay. Okay, that's great.
You see- you see a large-
Why didn't he just work? Like, why can't you just have a man?
He does.
It's just
It's a beard.
This is
He thinks it's working, man. You see another giant about 9 feet tall, though this one frail, quite old.
Alright, again, let's ask the questions while we can. Get the information that we're looking for here.
I'm off doing my business.
Alright, wait, well, come over here and help me answer.
Well, I go to Orin.
Yeah, before I leave, I want
Son of a
I
bitch!
say,
You see Gildor walk off with his pipe and just, as you say it, he's like, alright, Gildor, and he's just like,
Guys, we have a fucking job here. Let's do it.
Orem is trying to coax a pigeon down. Like, apple? Apple?
you see a couple small pieces you've cut with like your hands and whatnot, you've just, and then you see one, it thinks about it for a moment and it comes near and then it kind of flutters off in a moment. Alright, what do you,
Alright, I'm gonna ask you, what's the forest called again? That, where we were.
I don't know, what is it called? Give me an intelligence check.
start with a C.
You're not there.
Yeah,
That's a hint because he should remember. He was the one that found the map with the name on it.
Okay, there we
Oh,
go.
animal.
19.
The Contravents Holt.
That's the name of the forest? Very.
It's actually a cave.
I asked him, what can you tell with the contravent soul?
Holt.
Holt, yeah.
You say that, and he looks thick, heavy, branches, trees, very magical.
Very much. Okay, there we go. We're getting somewhere.
Storms.
Storms. Okay, what do you mean by that?
See him on the ground.
Oh?
He
Okay.
takes part of his staff
Contraband?
and he kind of sticks it in the sand and he draws what looks like a large tornado.
Ooh, okay. Up in place.
He does it, and then he makes like large lightning symbol around it. And then he draws another one. Storms. He points at him.
constant storms, or is it like
changing. A magical
Oh, this place is gonna be great.
test site.
Test site for what?
Storms.
Storms in general. Okay.
Magical.
Magical storms.
Change forest.
Changing spores.
Walk beasts.
Big beasts.
Kill trespassers. You see him
Get
itch his
down there,
beard. Beard real.
Beard, very real. It's very beautiful beard.
Beard real.
Fix up storm.
Travel. Very unsafe. But wilderness must be not disturbed.
Not be disturbed.
No,
Big animals?
not to handle. Just you see him make motions like this that you breathe. It makes you see things not there.
Oh, great. The weed worst.
He looks around.
Don't worry.
Not in terms of what I'm already experiencing.
Questions? Any more?
Maybe,
He's not there.
I know, I'm thinking.
Sorry, I'm not
Let's
trying
ask
to-
about the Fire Lord, maybe he knows some things.
As you say, Fire Lord, he steps back. Gary.
Kind of conjure that
He
one.
points over to a man. You see a darkened orb. Not gray, almost like ash in black.
Mm-hmm.
With fingertips that are completely like white. You can see him wearing nothing but what looks like shorts and a longish tunic. White. Friend.
Okay. I guess one more question. What can you tell me in the nearby city, and possibly because it's a forest and all? You ever heard of the leaf quills?
As you say that, turns and looks at a member of his group. And you see this small. Let me make sure. Yeah. You see this smallish owlin, young, step forward, feathers of this lightish green hue with brown. This is Trainee. Not sure of Austin.
What's the name?
Goes by Aaron. You see him just kind of sitting in the back, not quite necessarily paying too much of it. Probably not. You do notice that he a part of whatever this group, whatever Ognar's posse sees. Now, while this is all going on,
If the pigeon is
I was just getting ready to say, at this point, you see another one. It starts making its way down. You see about 5 now as you're holding out this food for a little bit. You see a goblin walk by, he's like, jumping. But as you're looking up in the sky, you don't seem to notice him beneath you trying to get whatever food you have in your hands.
I mind slipper the little goblin. 'Cause I'm over here.
So as he just,
That's just a vocal component. So I'm just sitting there just
oh, actually,
this, and I just whisper it, and it just happens.
I checked the one spell. I
what
gotta check
does
the
it do
other one.
exactly?
He has to make an intelligence save.
Nice.
No.
Alright.
2 minus 3.
Okay.
He takes 8 damage, psychic damage.
Oh god, so he immediately just and just takes off, just unsure, not even quite. It thinks it has something to maybe do with the metal man trying to get his food.
Yeah.
If no pigeons are just automatically taking the bait.
Well, you see one.
Yeah.
It's starting to swoop down. You notice it's coming in.
I'm gonna cast speak with animals,
Okay.
and they go. I got more where this comes from.
And you see this pigeon
If you help me.
starts swooping in. Give me a charisma check.
Fuck, I'm bad at that. It's -1.
Oh, we got a rolly.
7, 8.
It's almost 20.
Well, yeah, -1 is 7.
So you see it, and it kind of perches for a moment. Takes a bite. You see it. What do you want?
A message. Need sent.
Got more food?
If you can deliver my message.
Give me better food? And
Not.
then it takes off.
Did he? So he ate the food.
Yeah, he ate the food.
So fun fact.
Oh, God.
I cast the spell, and he ate the food, which was the component of the spell. It's not really a choice.
Oh!
What do you mean?
So I literally have a spell called Animal Messenger, in which choose a tiny beast you can see within range.
Mm-hmm.
You give him some food,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just goes and delivers a spell. Delivers a message. No save against it.
Okay.
He just has to fucking do it.
So he just picks it up, thinks he stole some food, and then oddly has this need
Yeah.
that starts coming over him to go in. Where's he going?
I have to give a general description. I'm going to describe Alondra,
Okay.
and I'm going to describe where she lives.
Okay.
And because he is a flying creature, he can travel up to 50 miles over the next 24 hours,
Okay.
which is how long the spell lasts. And he has to deliver a 25-word message.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
And I already have it all written out.
Okay.
Yep.
Christ.
It's gonna be like it's gonna be Thorum in desert prison. Denisine's dead. General Brendridge. Thunderbolt has 2 gems. Seeks Firelord. Contrabands Holt. Follow the pigeon for our location. Fuck.
So you see this pigeon kind of going off in a direction, and then all of a sudden, just starts beelining in a direction where you know Alberzine to a bed.
Yep.
In a moment, you see it, and in the distance, it flutters off, and it's gone.
Well, tomorrow we might get bailed out. Or he just won't make it. If we're more than 50 miles
Better
away,
hope no fucking
fuck.
monster in the end.
Gax? No, wait, do I remember Gax?
Give me a intelligence check or wisdom.
Would it be history?
Mm.
Wisdom check or intelligence check? Wisdom check it is, 12.
You know the name. You know that he used to hang out with Gildor as a professor, and that was one of his classes he attended. But other than that, he wasn't really close with him. Or you
He
weren't.
might know about the explosion that made me a skeleton. Cool. Yeah, I don't talk to people alone. Maybe social anxiety is.
Oh, fuck you. You left me, son of a bitch.
All right, so
Go talk to Gax.
You're not here.
Oh, I'm just saying, if you ask me, fuck you.
all right,
In
so,
range, I use Moldurfin variant.
God fucking
So you just-
why? I'm not even near you.
and you see off out of the crowd nowhere, Perrin. You're just sitting here, and Ognar, as you're speaking with Stormbeard, you just saying from the yard just covers you, and you see Stormbeard just itch his beard, and then just walk away.
God damn, you cut my questions off, you fucking...
So
You are literally the worst.
at that point,
Shit!
at that
I'm not even
point,
near you.
I
You couldn't hear
could
me.
feel it.
You couldn't hear
I
me.
could feel it.
at that point,
Bullshit.
you're sitting there. You see, Gex, are you approaching? Or are you? What are you doing? You see him just sitting there. Okay, so you want to approach him.
Yeah, I'll walk up.
Okay, so you guys kind of convene, and as you do so, you walk up and you see him there. He kind of notices you, and then after a moment, he looks down and then he double takes back up again, and he sits back. Then you see a slight smile kind of come across his face. There's no way. And then he looks at you. You're here. I remember you. Theodore?
I don't even know how you recognize that. I haven't changed clothes.
That's what I was just about to say. He looks at your clothing. I remember those.
Yeah, it's me, Gildor.
We cleaned them a little bit, but what are you doing in here? And he motions over and then he looks around. Sit down. Let's not be loud. Take a seat.
Mm-hmm.
You join? Alright, so both of you sit down. Now, well, you guys go and sit down. You doing anything?
Praying.
Okay. I mean, well, you don't have to.
I can dig myself out.
Alright, so you just.
And then,
As you see this, you just see Stormbeard. He's probably about 5-10 feet away from you. Just kind of.
I just walk by. I just see them and I just walk over where they're.
Right, so you just okay. Just make your way, just walking now towards the table. Now, you two sitting with Gax at this stone table. This half-orc man, mostly orc, but man in there. Why are you... How are you alive? And he just looks at you. I thought you wouldn't have made it this far, but God, am I glad. By the gods, what have you been up to these years?
Mostly just kind of studying necromancy, trying to figure out how I became a skeleton, and possibly to become a better skeleton.
As you say that, you never got the memories. Never realized what happened.
No.
So you've been traveling all this time without even knowing.
Correct.
Kind of leans back. That day, I found you. It was a normal day, but there was only a couple of us on campus. It was after hours and told us you had some experiments you wanted to work on. Nothing much. Next thing I knew, that kept happening. Then about 6 months later, you grew so distant from me, from everyone. Came in one night and told nobody that you were here. Went upstairs into the experimentation, the dark arts room. Locked yourself in there for some reason. And all I can remember is that whatever experiment you were doing, you're trying to unlock something. Some chaotic experiment. At least that's what it looked like. And while this happened, something ripped within the planes. This material plane and another one opened up. Brief moment, they both existed here. We don't know what happened. All I know is that when I came back, there was an entity that was outreaching towards your hand. When I looked, I saw nothing but your flesh ripping out from your body. But touched some other being, some entity from somewhere else. After this happened, passed out. Where you and this entity had touched, laid a gem. A gem that glowed 4 colors. Weren't sure what to make of it, but the magical power that emanated from it was unmistakable. We immediately got everyone off campus. You came to, fled. We couldn't find you. The last I saw was you getting out of your bed, walking away.
Yeah, I was kind of having a panic attack from what I remember. Is like, I kind of don't remember anything you just described. At all.
You were almost...
I don't remember growing distant, doing all those experiments. I just remember waking up in bed as a skeleton and kind of just being like, "The fuck is this?"
When I watched the flesh being ripped from you, I thought you had died. Now you sit.
Technically. Kinda did.
Do you know an individual that lies in another plane that you have spoken with? Or a possible entity that would turn you like this? It's an undead creature. It had a hood. Face was dark. There was some sort of large horn-like structure. Grew out of the back of its neighbor head.
What did Cryptic look like again?
More or less like a, from what you guys saw, like a shadowy black, gray, gaseous, like.
So we technically probably still haven't seen its true. Logically, Cryptic is the only thing I can think of that's related to Hex well enough. And also technically practices necromancy.
Cryptic is from this plane, though.
And is cryptic.
We haven't. He might not be any.
Well, when I'm praying, am I actually near them while they're talking?
Yeah, you at this point you've
It's
made
on
your
the
way
death
over.
bridge.
Yeah, I hear that.
I mean,
When
as
I
far as
I say anything
far
like
as I
that.
know,
Give me a perception check at an
This
advantage.
is when I arrive at the table, like,
That's
yeah.
why I said not anymore.
That's why I'm like, I got some answers to the questions. Thanks for that, by the way. Fucked that up. Who is this we're talking to? As I'm sitting down.
17.
So
This is Professor Gax.
as you sit down and are introduced, you notice that you do hear this. You pray and you finish up somewhat, and noticing that in this new area you don't want to be obviously far from your newfound allies. You kind of stay close and kind of hear this conversation go.
Let's sit down. I'll reach out and answer. Lyden, Aaron.
He looks at you, and we don't shake hands here.
Oh.
We don't make alliances, but I will tell you this. I do pleasure meeting you, while friends with Gildor and Orm. But I will tell you that shaking hands and creating alliances is one way of creating an early death sentence. Now,
Did that description that he was given sound familiar at all?
do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just looks at me and smiles.
Ears.
But yeah, it kind of does.
Familiar to what?
So as you hear him kind of say and murmur something like, you hear this over your shoulder as Life kind of murmurs this to himself. And then Gax and Gildor kind of over their shoulder just kind of look at you. You join them at the table?
Yes.
So he sits down.
Now, does this sound familiar from my previous occupation or from what I believe to be my current? Because we're taking two different forms.
You believe this to be what you believe to be the truest form. The current form this may not be true, but you know this is possibly its original. So, what you are afraid of is possibly a version. I'm not sure. This is a hooded figure. So this is more of like a outline. So what I described isn't necessarily...
It sounds familiar enough that I have a suspicion.
It's enough of an inclination to think. That's a couple similarities. So I would definitely maybe think that, yeah. Especially with how obsessed you kind of have been with it, yeah. Almost drank his drink.
This is not.
I was like... Yeah. So, as you sit here, and they both stare at you, do you say anything? Dex
I've not
turns.
done it well enough to be starting off my past life.
Right. Dex kind of turns.
No. This guy turned me into a fucking skeleton. A fucking grave cleric who wants to stop the balance of life and on dead.
I wouldn't care if it's like unnatural prison. I don't know. I haven't actually said who did this. I don't know for sure if it is the guy.
No, this is me. I'm like, we need leads.
And you see Gex
And you
kind of...
logically, regardless of your trust to me, should want the full information.
Now, Gildor,
I think this is weeds.
we don't
I would
know...
not- I would not speak of it.
Fuck.
From my backstory.
Well, you're just denying me. So I'm just like,
Yeah,
pissed.
he just turned you down.
I'm just
We,
like,
we don't know if it's the same.
Nobody knows that this is all Seth's character. No, I heard his murmur.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
heard
you're
him.
getting the- Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just did term.
Yeah.
And he heard him over talk the description.
or
So-
more like a not a oh shit.
Yeah, but he
Right.
he
So everyone's like,
acknowledged.
what do you know? What do you know? Okay,
Right.
all right.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
So
Everybody else was silent.
I thought everyone was just like metagaming. I was like, nobody
No.
didn't fucking say anything.
I would have dropped it if he didn't say murmur.
Yeah.
So at this point, Gax, he kind of turns to the table. So you're here in Hexwell, and you've managed to make it.
We're in Hexwell.
Yes.
Cool.
You did not know that.
No, we had no idea where we
You were maybe about 30 minutes to an hour outside of Inventus. The storm site near here. It kind of looks around.
Probably because the forest. Smart Beaver was telling me that.
Well, why have you come here?
Why are you in prison?
Well, I got caught stealing. From the ancient library. I was trying to ascertain more information of these gems. Many of my great students, many of them hearing. They have not finished their studies. They have not shown up for classes, some in years, some in months. New ones seem to be disappearing faster than ever. Many seem to buy into Miss Volt's teaching. Many,
Oh, she's like legitimately evil.
She's evil.
as you say that, he's like, she's doing something.
Oh, and she's also technically dead.
Yeah, Cassandra Bull.
That sounds like that's a whole conversation on itself. All I know is that faculty and I, we suspect that these elections that are coming up are rigged. We've suspected it for some time. We are not stupid.
Yeah, like what?
But the Red Council is also what pays our bills, puts food on the table, and allows us to live a normal life. Go against them would be to deny my future or even the safety of everyone here in Hexwell. Now, not say, and you see him keeps just kind of looking around. That's not to say that bad thing can be good things to gain if right people are elected. We fear that new election. We have certain individuals that are coming into office possibly up for election that it makes no sense. It is obviously for political control and spoke out against it. I'm looking for a book and I broke into the ancient library. I stole many books, but I was unable to read them.
You're saying a lot of these events have, like, how long have you been here? Because you've been pretty caught up for what's going on.
And you see him once more, he kind of looks around. Then in a moment, you see a bird. Mechanical eyes dive from the sky very quickly and over the table drop a piece of paper and then dart back out. And you see him, he grabs it, puts it behind his back and into his pocket very quickly. Almost as if he knew that he was about to drop it. This is how I've been gathering information. I've been here for about 2 years after Gildo's incident. Started asking too many, looking in the wrong areas. I think. Kind of looks at this message, then he peers back.
Start having a whispered conversation, something going on.
Okay. With
It's just like everyone else is being like nonsense.
okay.
It's just like have a conversation, but whispered.
Okay, so you're just kind of talking to yourself like the guy on Black Clover that no one can hear.
Yeah, it's just like
That's a reference.
That character is actually legit hilarious.
Yeah. So you're just kind of off, just.
so you guys are just sitting there just watching. You're like,
But over the sound of Gax and the rest of the yard, it's kind of drowned out. After a moment, he looks. My brothers. What's your name now? Huh?
Man, the newspaper stuff. But yeah, we'll go. That's the name now.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You see him look. Seems a Miss Alondra has already sent word back. He looks at this. And then he sees it and you see a small smoke, in essence, burn.
Ooh, that was quick. Fast
Says-
fucking bird. It was like Game of Thrones season 7 speed.
She says that he has been looking, tracking. She felt something was up, tracking you outside of Alberzine when you left. She was there when the explosion happened and saw General Brundage. She said she will be here. Be ready. We're going to go with her. Preparation. Leave at midnight. And at that moment, you see him. He starts to get up. Talking for too long. Not wish. Suspicion.
I got nothing, dog.
He gets up immediately. The gods be with you. And then he turns back once more. Good to see you two. Be safe. He turns and he walks. You see on the back of his hands, fingers missing, burn marks all the way up the back. And now you see burns all the way up his forearms. You notice that there looks to be some sort of branding underneath one of the torn sleeves of his tunic. And you see a large, just scar mess. Like he's been through some sort of shit looking for whatever his adventures have been over the last 7 to 8 years, not have been, to say the least. Now, at this point, you see a guard. 10 minutes. Hurry it up. Your time's almost over. Gonna be breaking for breakfast. And then back to yourselves. Is there anything you guys wish to do before the end of yard time?
I'm gonna go find Arenthal.
So, you go back, you see Argnar's group. You see this Owlin kind of sitting off on the side. He's kind of not by himself, but kind of with the group. You approach. The rest of the group kind of staring as you approach, and you walk up to this Owlin creature. He kind of turns. What do you want?
What is a bird of the leaf doing here?
And as you say that, he immediately gets up and like kind of separates himself from you and the group and moves you to a side. Go by that anymore.
On your arm still says.
Let's just say, don't know if I trust what's happening.
I know we're being hunted.
But why?
Haven't figured that out yet. No.
All of us ranges. Names were given out. Turns. You see him and he moves part of his shoulder and his tunic apart, and you see part of his wing and arm just gouged and missing. Estro's wife. I think she gave us all up. Rock's family. Urging us. I haven't been able to make it back to the cove since. I was captured by some rock soldiers and was brought to Geom. They didn't want to do their beatings in their own home country, so they brought me to the Geom region, did it out in the streets, said I had committed some treacherous act against their leader, the father, poor rocks, and that I was to be clipped forever. And you see as he kind of pulls his arms back, and you see part of his wings, one is completely unusable. Like, will not be used ever again. Took my wings. With that, you hope I had left. And now, just searching. Don't know what future. Found Agna. Strong man, giant. He fills in the strength that I don't have. I'm just coasting through a void, not sure what to do. Everything I've been told these last 10 years, and you see he's probably 30, maybe 30. It's been a lie. What to do.
I've been in contact with Estro as of last month.
And as he looks at you, you see anger built into him. You come here. You speak with him. Are you also in on this purging? Then
Don't be a fool.
Then what are you doing with them?
Estro, I don't think even realizes what's been happening. We were on the track of this one quest, that's a whole story in itself. But he went back to the cove. He just went back just now. I haven't been able to have the time to head back there myself, but I don't think he even knows what's coming.
Not good news.
It's not.
He knows.
He seemed concerned, and that's why he went back.
Maybe he knows something was wrong.
But I think we can't give up hope. Not yet. Not now. Time is to start fighting back, even any way we can.
Give me a persuasion check. Looks at you. Maybe. But I'm not quite sure if I believe yet. Need to see Leafs do a good deed. Need to know that it's more than just blood spill.
Well, trying to save the land at the moment from an all-pending doom of dragons or whatever the fuck.
And as you say that, your time's up! Al kind of looks and you notice that he turns. You can call me Aga. You are able to reach Estro and he is still alive and not corrupt. I get out in a month. I will come to the cove. If they accept me, give him word. See him. Will only work for Estro. Wife. If I see her, if I know she is even around, burn the place down. He turns, he starts walking. You guys all, with your time coming to a close, is there anything you want to do with the last few moments? Nope.
My dude just wants food, huh? I'm pretty sure he hasn't eaten since he was captured.
Yep, he is probably, at this point, 4 days starving.
Goliath with a fake beard?
Yeah, we'll tell you about that later.
So,
if you ask it, say it's real. Let's go get some food, guys. This is what a fun morning this has been.
so you guys make your way into...
Still in that roll.
Huh?
Still in that roll.
Yeah. And you guys are going in, you guys sit down, you guys wait in line, about an hour and a half goes by. You guys eat your food, gather, it's quite shitty.
I'll take my food and immediately give it to Fuck This.
You move it and fuck this whole time. He just... been so tired lately.
Gotta build that strength. Eat up, bud.
I need to.
I
And he
take
just
my food
starts just digging
and I give
into
it to him. He's hungry, and I don't eat food.
Yes, and now
Fucking
you as well, taking this goblin goblet, essentially, of this nice fine wine that you... not the finest,
Yeah,
probably
probably-
made in some toilet or something,
Probably,
but...
yeah.
But,
hey, alcohol is alcohol.
So, it passes. I mean,
Yeah,
it's been
so long-
days
so
for
long as
you.
It gets me drunk, I do not care.
That's right. You sip on it, it buzzes you decently. You then sit there, you guys go through, you guys after breakfast are brought back to your cells, and now you guys are essentially in your cells waiting, hearing noises, where we're going to stop there for the night, and that's where we'll pick up next week. With you guys in your cells, waiting for Alondra to be coming and hopefully successfully getting you guys out of prison.
Jake's not dead.
And Jake's not dead.
Fuck, that was
and he
wrong.
doesn't have the gem.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh.
Very close.
But no, good session, guys. Good session.